Want to welcome everyone to the Crypto Kingdom of Bitcoin Spike. This is London. Let's get busy on the charts. Very exciting day. I'm extremely excited about the price action, about the markets. Why, guys? It was just a phenomenal string of events that led to our hitting our target exactly. Now, I just want to talk about this, guys. We precisely, let's say within a real solid degree of tolerance here, we just absolutely nailed this. I am very excited about the fact that we had this target 33,734. If you guys were paying attention, okay, if you're paying attention, I want to shout out to all the VIP, etc. This was a turnaround in the market that very few people were expecting. I'm going to say very few people, much less did anyone have a target to the downside, 33,734. And I'll give it to a lot of people who had the 50% retracement, etc. Okay, that's great. But we had the 33,734. And I just got to tell you guys, it literally just shot through the roof once it dug into that target. We can go over exactly where this was in the sequence of events, and I want to go ahead and do the introductions. I always do that, guys. My name is London, okay? And yeah, I am, I guess, pleased to be able to bring you TA, the top TA in the space. That's what we go for all the time. That is our goal. And in terms of that, we have the top traders in and around. I'm just going to tell you that that I know of. I know a lot of them. So in terms of this price action, I'm excited that the VIP were able to execute on this. The ones that did. If anyone else is watching, hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. We would love to have you in our trade group if you believe that you are the number one in that number one category. And guys, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, right? The good thing is most of you will watch this tomorrow. I know the guys that are watching this right now, and it's a small select group. We keep it that way for a reason. Why is that? Because the exclusive at the top, VIP exclusive, okay? I've been to a lot of clubs, been through a lot of things, had the pleasure of a lot of company throughout my lifetime, and I thought, what would be the coolest thing, the greatest thing I could bring towards the crypto space? It's just like, well, instead of the bottle of champagne, well, sir, here are your price targets, 33,734. Now, the interesting thing about this specific price target, and let's go through exactly where did we have this prior heretofore. We can just go ahead. Let's look real quickly on the previous video. Let's see if I can do that. Well, how would I bring that up? I'm not sure how I would go ahead and try and bring that up. Let's see in the previous. Yeah, there we go. This previous, you can see here on the previous stream that we had, and multiple times, just multiple times I brought this up to VIP, to your attention. This specific target, 33,734. That's the previous stream. Now, we brought that up over the course of several streams, right? That was a dug in level for us to really focus on. The attention was set. And in terms of this, I also want to talk about the pour down. It was a heavy pour down. You guys have to realize, like, equities were falling, things were really hammering down. Guys, it was about an 8 to 9% pour down, loss of about $3,300 on Bitcoin. Equities were screaming red, okay? So the interesting thing is that equities, nice correlation we've recognized with, and look at Angel in the house. In terms of introductions, glad for you to enter the stream. Let's go get some fun. Let's go have some fun. He says, absolutely, let's do this. Hello, all VIPs. That's a shout out to London. If you guys are watching this tomorrow, just recognize it, give a shout out, a like, get a thumb up for Angel right now in the community. He is our $55,000 overall contributor. He is the $1,000 super chat king. And guys, he's been around in, you guys know the story, Bitcoin since $7.79. He has seen the Johnny come latelys. He has, I guarantee you, he notices. Definitely. And look what he's saying. He's saying no fear here. This is the no fear zone. Absolutely. And I'll let that just shout on through. Look at that. $500 super chat thus far. Very excited to see. That is the attitude. That's the attitude that Angel brings to the space and that we just embrace. And it's just no coincidence that we have found upon some common ground here. Absolutely, he is one of the strongest, if not, guys, I think he is the strongest trader in the community right now in terms of crypto. Guys, you're looking at it, top of the screen. That's him. He is literally just kind of the no fear. You want to know about Iron Hands? I call him Iron Hands just because I've seen him trade. I know how he trades, and it's not a joke, guys, in terms of that. So I'm really excited that he's here tonight. Very excited. Looking forward to some good conversation. And I know the good thing about Angel, every time, guys, every time there's a market pour down, and sometimes I'll ask him on a specific coin. He knows this. Sometimes I'll go ahead and he says, no fear here. Let's go VIP. Okay. He has chosen. He's very rarely in social spaces. I'll tell you guys this, but he's chosen to be here. And just as a brother, much love. Have to tell you, and that's not just a tagline, Angel. Absolutely. That's from the heart. And you know that always. And what I'll say is, he's chosen to be here And part of that, what I love about the fact that he is here, guys, whenever there's a market pour down like this, whenever there's a 9% loss, I don't have to ask Angel if he hit a target ever. I mean, ever do I have to ask him, did he hit a target? Like, period. I just don't have to. Now, sometimes I'll do it like, did you hit a target on such and such? Maybe I'll throw it like Sheeb. Did you increase your Sheeb position? Absolutely. Like, I may want to know that from time to time, and I'll just go through like some really cool stuff in terms of his Sheeb position. You guys know, and beautiful family, we went through that great stuff last stream. But in terms of Sheeb position, like part of Sheeb position, like 1.29 million. The other part, like I don't know, maybe around 700, like 2 million here or there, something kind of interesting. Maybe keep that on the side for a rainy day. I don't know. But what I love about it is not just the big overall mass of the holdings. And guys, I've worked with some big time money endeavors throughout the years. Just to let you know, like straight out of I got through college in 3 years. In terms of that, like went to work over a $1 billion equity fund in terms of lead analysts across the table from Harvard Foundation. And, those guys trust me with their numbers. Harvard Foundation does. So in terms of calculating those projected returns, in terms of, okay, what are the variables that we can change? At a very young age, guys, 21 years old, I'm sitting there, 21, 22 years old, sitting there. I got out of college early, and I've got Harvard across the table from me. And, I just always wanted to go to Duke. I never applied to Harvard. So it was that was the only school I ever applied to was Duke. I was like, I'm going to go there. I just decided that was it. That was the only school I applied to. And everyone else is like, you didn't apply anywhere else? No, I just chose that place. That's where I wanted to go to school. I looked at all the schools, everything. But in terms of that, like you had the factor when I was 21, 22 years old. And it's like, well, you have to do the numbers for Harvard. It's like, okay, it's interesting because there's a lot of people that went to Harvard that didn't do the numbers for Harvard. And I'm like, okay, they're going to trust me to do the numbers for Harvard. That makes sense. But it was a situation like that. So I've been geared since a very early age. And I love, to an extent, I'll say this. I don't love finance. I don't love accounting. I love the market. I just have always loved the market since I was a young age, etc. So having Angel at the top of the channel, etc., is just a real pleasure for me. I have to say that, and I'm not a young kitten anymore. But we love digging into the market. Nothing has changed in that regard. So whether or not it's Harvard Foundation or whether or not it's and I've had the pleasure of studying at Harvard Business School, etc. since then. So I won't denounce and say that's the only school I wanted to go to was Duke. Things have kind of changed along the way with some different opportunities. But as we would look at like this specific move, I'm just excited that we can revel in the fact, right? We try and do this daily is the key differential here in terms of the pricing target, the 33,734, which again, let's just recap, okay, right in here, 33,000. You'll see that's the lower target on the previous stream, right? 33,734. The nice thing is this, it was a big pour down. I just want to recap for the VIP if you guys were not involved. I appreciate you guys watching all of this. There's a lot to catch up in here for you that are involved in the community. I'm very excited for this because I let them know before the 8% drop down, okay? Before that, heavy cash reserves. Speak relatively and do it. Okay? In terms of the pour down, the idea was what, guys? The idea was not to be involved in this part necessarily. That 9% fall down. Okay? Whether or not you were on leverage, etc. So I let VIP know in this zone, like, hey, heavy cash reserves. Do it. Like, let's do it. Right? Let's get there. Why? Because we got a target to hit. Yeah, we got targets down below. The idea here is you can have the hodl mentality, right? And for your overall larger holdings, etc., maybe that's the ticket. But in terms of trading, we'd love to trade. We just do. We'd love to trade. So in terms of them, if you're fully exposed at this level, you're not trading. Right? If you don't have the ability to hit it at 33,734, you don't have that ability because you're fully exposed. So that's a big premise of the channel here, the VIP, and I reflect a lot of what that top shelf upper crust is in terms of the VIP. I try and reflect what their strategy is, right? And a lot of times it's not, someone will come to me and say, well, London, you should put on your channel that it's not financial advice. Someone will join and say that. I'm like, man, do you even get it? Like, Bitcoin's not even a security, man. Like, I've checked with the control boards. Like, I couldn't get financial advice on Bitcoin if I wanted to. I've checked. It's non-securitized. Okay, so in terms of that, and maybe that'll change with the regulations. Maybe all that'll come down the pike, and it's not intended as that. I always tell people, I'm not going to talk to your wife. I'm not going to talk to your family, your aunt or your uncle about little Johnny going to school and going to college. Like, that's not. We're not financial planning here. We're attacking the market as best as we can, and it's just evident. I'm excited to have all of you here this evening, and if you're watching the next day as well, guys, congratulations on this hit. And the cool thing is this. Equities took a big turn. You guys know there's a stronger correlation, as noted by the Wall Street Journal. And I got some of this information over the weekend to Angel, but it's really recognized now. It's in print, etc. We always look for the correlations, like how is Bitcoin moving? We always do. Like what are the driving forces? What are the factors? What's that? Kind of what's the source code here? Like we got kind of a digitized market, everything digitized currency. Like what's the source code? What's going on in terms of the entirety of this market right now? And I'll just say this, like it's very much there is a coordination. And let me see if I can go. I've got an old chart up. I have been experimenting. I want to let you guys know because they've gained some popularity. I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to fully experiment with buy and sell indicators all over the map, guys. You don't even know. I have gone to depths. I have spoken with hedge funds. You don't know that. I have spoken with hedge funds. I have looked into calculative arbitration bots. I have looked into. If you knew the extent to which I have gone, I think you'd be impressed. Although I don't think you'd be surprised. Let's say that. Hopefully you wouldn't be surprised. It would just be, okay, that's just London taking care of the VIP. But I've had those discussions even as of today. Had some discussions with some direct connect with hedge funds, etc. Some of the program calculatives they may be using to try and achieve a 2 to 4% per month. Okay, in terms of expectations, so that you know, like, what's a real hedge fund trying to do right now? Maybe they're trying to calculate, and I did have some on the screen here. I can go back to that for a second, just a part, and I probably have 5 or 6 different charts right now where I'm looking at different experimentals in terms of the buy and sell indicators, the long and short. What are they missing? What are they catching? I'm really just all over that. I want to let the VIP know. I want to let all of you know. Excuse me. That I have been all over that. So we're not gonna, the goal is here. You don't miss out on anything. I don't want to denounce all of the indicators that may be right. 2 out of 10 times. The one thing I'll say, and Angel knows this maybe, as well as anybody, like, someone will show up. I love this the other night. He's like, where's your badge? Where is your badge? You need a badge in this thing. You'll notice he has probably 3 or 4 accounts, but he's always got something fun next to him. He's either going to light it up with fire or super chat, or he's got, a wrench or something else like that. What I will say is that, and I could probably take care of that right now. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Boom. There he goes. He should have a wrench by him now. He's got a few different accounts. I think he hops around the house a little bit. But however that happens is just funny to me. I like that. You've got multiple accounts. Looks like a little bit of a siphoning into a wedge, constriction into a wedge formation pattern on the hourly. We'll go through this particularly in context. And you'll notice as I talk here, it's like, well, there's a lot of chit-chat on this show. Well, when the technicals do, when they do, start to really catch my attention, that's when, and Bitcoin can be slow sometimes, but when it does start to catch my attention, I certainly want to plug back into it. So if I seem a little bit sporadic, it's not necessarily that. Maybe I need to work on the transitions a little bit. I could work on that. Always on a big screen TV. Make sure you're on a big screen TV, okay? In terms of that, I would just want to make sure that you guys see all the technicals. Now, we currently have the price line in blue. I have this lined out on the hourly. When I go to a different chart, I may have a different expression. Like this is my wedge chart, okay? On the hourly, I have this chart specifically so I can pull up this specific price action. You know that we're looking for a return to function. We're looking for a return into that wedge, falling wedge, a bullish pattern. I say with the caveat that we failed a bullish pattern up around the top, okay? And a little bit different, this specific bullish pattern across the top. Let's just talk about this top formation from that 69,000. Little bit different of an expression. Why is that in terms of this top level formation? Those guys who know how we trade, okay, how we look at things. I'll just say that a little bit different because on this expression along the top, what did we have? We did have a wedge formation, but it didn't really I'd say this, it didn't really complete out as strongly because it really invited a lot of participation from this prior area, the prior run up. anytime that we're dealing with the construction of a pattern that deals with this run up portion, it becomes a little bit difficult. The equation changes, okay? And I want to talk about that just a bit. I need just to have a little bit of coffee every now and then, okay? I do have some nice coffee, so if I take a quick breather or a break, I may just be having a quick sip of coffee, just to let you guys know that. And we get our power naps in, just so you know. We're all about eating well, sleeping well, etc. Trying just to stay healthy in crypto. That's just that's part of it. Like, you know, we don't want to be like night warriors, night rangers, and just, you know, you wake up. I make the joke like you got to see your you know, and people will remind themselves like I tell them you have to see your neighbors tomorrow. You know, that's cool, okay, but you have to see your family tomorrow, right? So we're all about those relationships, kind of the holistic, the overall approach. We don't want to win at the market and lose at anything else. That's not the idea here, right? We want to win at everything. That's the VIP way to be. And again, no fear here. Let's go VIP. Angel Matos in the house. I just love that in terms of the pour down, etc. So let's talk about and the targets. I want to know what targets he hit. That's interesting to me to see, you know, what targets did he hit. And Angel, I'll just ask you, what was your target as we were going down yesterday? Because that's the best time to get involved in the price action when we saw a big pour down. I'm going to go to the other chart real quickly. I'd just like to know, what were you targeting? You know, what was your big focal here, because while the rest of the market's running, I know Angel and VIP are just, you know, absolutely charging in. Currently down about 1.83%, but we're on familiar territory right now. And I like to see this because, you know, Bitcoin likes to range. Does very much so, likes to establish this range portion, right? As we look at the preceding zone, this range, there we go, preceding portion, this range, okay? So we have kind of a level 1, level 2, level 3, and we're kind of on this level 4 function right now. But as we get into the micro patterning here, I just expect some volatility now. I expect if you trade Bitcoin a lot, I expect it to wrench around sideways and to get rid of holders who aren't holders or traders who aren't prepared with a price target below or above. I'll say that, or above, in terms of those releases, in terms of those catches. It's just it's pretty crucial, guys. And the more you trade Bitcoin, you'll get into the nuances of how it operates, okay? It'll have, you know, some downward price action, kind of an upper threshold, lower threshold. It'll expand each, make you very uncomfortable if you don't have a pricing target like we had. And guys, it was just a nice target. But I've said this 2 or 3 times. I haven't completed the thought. My fault. The pattern has caught my attention. I don't want to be sporadic at all. But in terms of that, guys, I mean, this was one heck of an overall move and target. From the target up to the top total expression, 11.38% in 5 hours. 11.38% in 5 hours? What is going on? That's what I'm talking about. On an extraordinarily difficult move. You want to talk about who got that move? Who picked up that target? Yikes! What's going on? That's some first class. That's a first-class price targeting there. 11.38% in 5 hours. Okay? Now, how much of that did you capture? The good thing is, on the way up, we're always looking for price to increase. That's one heck of a trade. That's one heck of a trade opportunity. I always say that we're always buying and we're always selling. To the extent you caught the entirety of it, beautiful. Okay, that may happen rarely in terms of really maximizing out. Well, I decided to be a little cautious. I wanted to be conservative. It still picked me up. I decided to be really aggressive, and it just worked out. I really got out. Okay, there are some different indicators that we use in terms of the expression here. How oversold were you? How overbought were you? Those would be on the specific time frame it gets to where you really have to be calculatively nearly prepared with a staff. I'll just say that. I mean, you really, and sometimes that can help and sometimes that can hurt in terms of your ability to engage and execute quickly. Okay, the staff can hurt. Okay, in terms of if you've got it all right in front of you. And that's what I'm interested in. You guys know we've been setting up some, I don't know, kind of challenges. You know, the market's challenging us all the time, so it's really not me setting it up, but it is that challenges we would look at. The other day it was the 012, right? It was that coming off of this level here, and you guys can review the previous stream, but it was absolutely. I talked about, you know, we got an ascending triangle and exactly how it was set up. You guys can go back and review, but I had the essentially the 0. And let's just do this real quickly, and not to challenge. I don't want to challenge the traders. It's like, let's challenge them. Nah, I want to prepare you with the best I can in terms of the sequencing that may occur, in terms of what is coming down the pipeline, right? we want to make sure that we're as well prepared for as anybody. And I had laid out this 0, 1, 2, and literally, if you can review back through it, but we literally just walked up the 0, the 1, the 2, and it's just in the context things become a little bit more. What always say they're a little bit more challenging because of the constant dynamic, of an ever changing market, right? With the backbone principles, and that's the thing with the backbone principle foundation of technical analysis. And I was thinking earlier on today, and I wanted to bring this to your attention. I hope you like this example. Um, we talk about like computer programmers and source code. What's the source code? What's the programming? Right? We'll use a Fibonacci quite frequently in trading. Yeah, we'll use computers all the time. It's like, well, if you wanted your computer to do that, you need to talk to a programmer. You need to get involved in the source code, right? And this is just an example of a Fibonacci. Okay, we probably right now I'd want to really dial this in to the lower function right here. Okay, we have the macros. We have all types of Fibonacci's that we're working with right now, multiple levels. And now you see the importance. I was talking the other day about having too many pricing targets, right? Okay, now we see the importance. Yeah, we didn't have too many here. That was exactly necessary. And you would have said the big the maybe constructive criticism you would have given, saying, well, do we really need that additional level? We're already on the 50%. Look at the 4-hourly, guys. Boom, boom. We've had these for a while. Okay, this specific level as well, and it's a nuance to get there. It's a calculus to get there. Well, how do you get there? Well, the issue would be, and I thought about this. I wanted to bring it to the attention of VIP to just for some consideration. Okay, in terms of the Fibonacci's that we have, we're often like, and I like the computer example. We're in a digitized market. We're dealing with digital currencies, okay, but stocks, equities, whatever it may be. We deal a lot with a sequential numbering. Okay, we deal a lot with a zero. And in terms of our participation in the market and your understanding of the principles that are right before you, we deal with a 0, we deal with a 1, we deal with, let's say, something sequential all the time. Okay, this is how we're geared towards thinking. And we have to update our thinking in the market. I just want to go through this, okay? And it doesn't matter. I can do these right here, but I want everyone to focus on this just for a moment in terms of the example that this provides, okay? Let me go through 4. Okay, so we would have a sequential system, a numerical system that we're very used to, okay? The 0, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. This is it is a typical Roman numerical, very easy to understand, sequential. Right. Okay. So we want our price targets to work. We want our portfolio to grow. We want to capture price action. We are structured into thinking of a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sequential nature of this. And if we talk about source code, it's going to be, well, it's a 0 or a 1. It's an on or it's an off. Right. All right. Yeah. Now the issue is, and I don't want to deal with this in any kind of non-delicate fashion or any kind of haphazard manner, but I really did put some thinking towards this today, and I want you to understand we are geared towards thinking numerically in terms of sequential as a growth pattern. Okay, this is part of a growth pattern. Okay, well, it is going up, right? Okay, well, in a sequential manner, in a technical manner, is it going up? It is going up in a sequential manner. Yes, I'm going to give you that. But what's important to realize is that as we deal with growth, okay, non-sequential growth. Let's go through that in a non-sequential manner. When we deal with growth in the market, we change the sequential nature of our thinking. We eliminate this. Okay, yes, it's still part of a quote unquote, let's say, a linear progression. Okay, it's still part of a linear progression, but we're not necessarily after just a real sequential flatline linear progression here. We're not after a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not after this, guys. We're not after this. And it really, if you want to look at this, you're 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to talk about that linear progression. And on as we would adjust the interval there, it could express itself differently. I'll definitely admit that. But what we're looking at are Fibonacci sequences. Okay, we're looking at Fibonacci targets. We're looking at reframing our understanding of pricing cycles. Right? We're looking at a different growth participation, or let's say expectation and participation, than just a structured 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, that's getting us where we need to go. No, that's not getting us where we need to go. And I just thought it's just important for us to recognize that we're structured thinking in a sequential linear fashion. That's not what the market is. So when we talk about growth expectations, when we talk about our targets, when we talk about, let's just for instance bring up the, we can bring up a, if we bring up a either a Fibonacci, all right, we can either bring up a Fibonacci, okay, or we can bring up let's say a retracement or an extension, right? Because there's a lot of room in between here. I want you to understand there's not just a 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? No, in between these different levels, okay, I was going to say just on this specific setup, there's 13, 14% right there. Okay, so that's not a 0 or a 1, right? Or a 2 or a 3. No, in this next level, there's a, look at this. There's 16% here. So that's not like a 2 or a 3. Yeah, and on this next one, look at this, guys. On the next one, there's that's 23% there. Well, that's not like a number 3 or a, that's not a sequential 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So we have to revamp. We have to restructure what we're looking at numerically, what we're identifying with figures, okay, yes, and actual, whatever we would typically look at, and we're just geared towards. It's like, well, no, what's the, look at your price. What jumps out at you? 33,734 was our target. Right now it's 36,034. We're geared automatically towards the expression of, okay, we want to count between 33,734 to 36,034. We're going to do that in a linear fashion, in a sequential fashion. Essentially, we're going to do basic arithmetic, and we're going to come up with something that winds up being, I'm just going to tell you, that winds up being like this. Really, in essence, what it is something like this. Okay? Something involved with a Fibonacci growth sequence. Something involved with your retracements and your extensions. Something that's calculatively important beyond just the next ordered numeral. Boom. It's not this linear sequential fashion. So I just want you to challenge yourselves a little bit in terms of reframing your thinking that the market requires a different understanding or a different application than what you have become accustomed to. You may be extraordinarily brilliant. You may have a great background in understanding, okay, of all the parameters you may be able to compute at a quantum level mathematics and percentages and differences, etc. You may be able to add and subtract. You may be able to do all of that, multiply and divide. You can do all of that. But if you're not plugged into Fibonacci growth sequences, you're going to be missing out on the market. So I just want to let you guys know that and I just thought of that a little bit today because it is almost a challenge. As we look at, now we'll use these, in terms of structuring thinking in terms of levels of exposure, right? We'll use that in terms of the heaviest amounts of exposure. We will want to capture a heavier amount of exposure and say, well, maybe we have different levels. Even then, what are we looking at? Let me have a little coffee. Even then, guys, at what we're looking at is going to be this. We're still going to be involved in something that has a different, and it's going to be, and you guys know this, I draw this all the time, it's really going to be something like this. In terms of the overall levels of exposure, you see me do this all the time. It's really not like this. It's really even an exponential. It has a growth function to it, right? It's going to be 2x. It's going to be, and we get into 3x, it's really going to be like maybe 6, just as an example, 6x. And it's really going to be, instead of like a 4, it's really going to be maybe a 20x, something along these lines. So again, we want to compute it. We want that to fit within our expressed understanding in terms of, and this is a little bit, I always say you can calculate it, right, in terms of your levels of exposure. When I say heavy cash reserves, I just like things to look like this, because then you're always able to participate in the market, no matter what it is, right? No matter what it is, heavy cash reserves available for lower levels, you're always able to participate in the market. So I guess that was just on my mind today to get away from the linear style of thought, the increased reliance on things like Fibonacci's, particularly in the context of us just having hit a huge target. So that's really important for me to express in terms of the overall, in terms of the overall technical analysis, the authorities on point, etc. It's just the Fibonacci's are a part and way of life. They just are. The growth sequence, these percentages, how they're calculated, formulated. It's an easy process to understand. You guys go look that up. You'll have fun doing that, right? But it is part of how we approach the market. We always have, and we've been good at targets. The interesting thing is somehow this level was built into an entire reversal on the day in equities. You guys get that? Right? The day in equities was miserable, boom, 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 and then take off. So, as much as you would say, well, no, it was generated by a fundamental, it was generated by, there was a news source came out, well, it says this and that. Well, it's this, guys, and where do I come up? This level came into play here on Bitcoin and with equities. Well, there's a correlation, positive correlation right now. So as you would look at, the challenge that you have of how do I capture the market? How do I beat the market? How do I be one of the maybe there were 1,000 traders, guys. Maybe there were 1,000 that got this right today. I don't know. In equities, maybe you start to think who got that swing around, who got that turnaround in the office. I want to know who got that turnaround in the office. Can you imagine the floor at J.P. Morgan or at BlackRock or somebody else calling out, who got that right today? You imagine one guy like, I got it right. I got it right. Hey, everybody applauding this and that. Come on up here. You come up here. You come up here. You got that right. Come up here to the front. You imagine the whole floor going crazy, something like that. And what? Because who's going to get this right? Yeah, maybe the whole floor got it right. Maybe the whole floor got it right. You think the market's built like that to where 99% of the people are going to get it right? The whole floor, the whole office got it right. Everybody get it right. Everybody, we get to go home early this week. Everybody just, we got it. We made all the money for the week. It's fine. No, guys, it's competitive. It's competitive. Within the trading floors, the guys that I know, within the trading floors, they have number ones, right? The whole division is going to have a number one. There's going to be a guy who got it right. Yeah. You guys talk around with them and this and that. Oh, maybe your division did well for the month or this or that. They're going to have a standout. Right, and that's the culture we try and reinforce here. Is we want to be the group that gets it right. So that's it's kind of a tall order, but it's a challenge that we enjoy daily, and it's not exclusive to the group, and no one else can, etc. Anyone can who wants to push through and work as hard as we do. That's what I believe, honestly, and we do. We work through the morning hours. You see, Angel. I'm going to tell you, Angel can hit the button with the super chats. Why? Because he's all over the market. He's all over it. 24/7, 365 on cryptos, on equities, whatever it may be. He's all over it. And other people say, well, I want to do that. And Angel, I hear this level. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to smash in. I want to be able to, to support the community and do stuff. Well, they don't know the hard work and the sweat equity that goes into this. And that's a big part of the equation. And it may be again, I just say no coincidence that you're here with the channel, et cetera, because, there's something that you latched onto here that you're like, these kids have got something going on. They're working hard, huh? And that's a big component of what I see Angel do. And I know he's going to say the same thing about me and the channel and everything else. That's just why that's why we match up well. But as you look at this, the whole equities market turned around here. Man, it was screaming red. Equities had their worst month in like 2+ years or something, right? We're on the trail end of something that, is it going to turn around? Is it not? We caught a big one today. So, and the correlation between Bitcoin and, meaning they move at the same time, okay, move in the same direction at the same time. That correlation has allowed us to kind of dip on into the equities, right? Because we got it right because there's such a positive correlation, and what happened in equities today. Right, so it's also nice to see that our application of TA here is right on with equities, if and when need be the case. Is not now, particularly, is not the focus, right? If need be, switch, boom, one day, 10 minutes, but boom, It's over. All the principles applied here. Is there a difference with equities? Maybe there's some nuance. We have earnings reports. We have different things to talk about it. We have PE ratios. We have different, sectors. We got different, we got some calibrated differences in terms of the fundamental talk we're gonna play on, put on it, and enjoy talking about. Right? It's not it's not necessarily. It's different players, different markets, maybe a different global landscape. It's a different. There's different formula vocabulary that would go on. But the technicals, and I'll say this in terms of equities. Do I want to use a Gann box more than I do it's a good question. Do I want to use a Gann box more than I do straight up Fibonacci's? Sometimes. Do I want a flat percentage discount as I talk to a Gann box? I don't need to explain that to everybody now because you guys know what it is. But do I want a flat 25%? Boom, that's it. Do I want to just hit it, quit it, don't worry about it? And really, to tell you the truth, we're at 50%. I don't worry about that little drop. That's no problem. Maybe there's more specificity with Fibonacci's. Maybe we get into some different levels, okay? Then let's say on a straight up, institutional, and I just use up Gann for an institutional level of percentage retracements. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, potentially, I'd say, on a Fibonacci, right? And I'm going to throw in our 86, our classic 86 right here. So, yeah, there's a little bit more attention that's paid into, and click on your Gann, okay? On your Gann, you have a limitation of how many variables you can have here, or how many levels, how many percentages. Very institutionalized, okay? Very 25. Give me 25% off. Give me a third off. Give me 50% off. Give me 60% off. Give me 75% off. There's a limitation in terms of how specifically you can approach things. I know some guys institutionally, and I just know them. They talk to me. I talk to them. No big deal. They do this. That's it. And it may be structured up. Well, they want 5%, 10%, 25%, 30%, and they want 50%. Bam. That's it. No problem. That's it. Now you got some at 75% off. Hey, maybe that's good, huh? Buy some of that, and we'll see what it does next year. Okay. So, but it's not this 23.6 down to the nail, tooth and nail, right? We have a difference in terms of the level of specificity. We're trying to capture that much more of the market to the extent that we can. We love it. That's why we enjoy trading coins. We enjoy trading crypto that is really highly technically conformant, okay? Because we are that specific. We want that extra level in here. Right? We want that extra dip down like we saw today from, like, let's just go to the 4-hour. I love the 4-hour chart right now in terms of our pricing targets. Just bam, bam. We want that to occur. We want that next dip in. And we want it on our let's say our, I don't want to say resume, right? But we want it on our credibility, right, sheet, whatever that would be, what we bring to the market. We want that we hit that we got that everybody, yeah, we got our targets in. Right? It's just beautiful. That's who we are. That's what we do. That's what's exciting about this group. Boom. Right? I'm going to play this rocket. We got to launch Angel Air. Let's see. Let me get over to this, right? This is Angel Air. All right? The rocket. Iron Hands. You want to call it Amoeba. You want to call it whatever you want to, Angel. I like the rocket. I want to launch it. Angel has his own rocket. We're going to do some graphics around it. I got some cool ideas for some graphics this year, just because sometimes we're waiting for the next level to hit, and we got time. We got time to do this, so we're going to launch this rocket. We'll have a sip of coffee, and I'm going to do this because of the super chat. What is up, Angel, my brother? I love beating the market. I love the crew that wants to beat the market. I just like it. It's just in so many ways. It's just honestly what I love to do. So let's launch this sucker. We're going to get this sucker. You guys hold your ears if you have to. We're going to launch a rocket. Here goes. And there it is, guys. That is, to frame it around, that is Angel Air. I'm working on the details, etc. The best part, I think, is right when it cracks into play, right when it goes. And I'm working on, because I have to bring it in from another group. Boom. That's what I like. That's what I like right there. That's what I like. I like that initial launch, that crack, just hammer through the roof. That's what I like. We're trying to catch things when they do that, and like that's I like that. I'm sorry that I won't apologize for it. I like that sound effect. I like that Angel has a rocket on VIP. That's just the way to go. And in terms of this, when we're talking about that in 5 hours, yeah, 11.4%. Like that's enough. Like I mean, that's nice, guys. That's some nice volatility. Like, sweet. What's up? And it's just that goes to the credit of the whole group. Why? Because we're up late, we're early, etc., and we're getting cat naps in beforehand, etc. Like you guys got to know. Like we adjust. But when you're attacking the market from this angle, you just run into the fact it's like a strange thing, isn't it, Angel, etc., and crew in town. Shout out in the VIP in the chat if you want to. Anybody else? If you guys want to chat with me or Angel, whatever's going on. The deal is when you're attacking the market like this and you see the price action develop and we're through all our targets, etc., and you have time to check your other alts, whatever you're looking at your targets while we're on stream, you got to say what? Like, well, you wind up the next day. It's like, well, it's going down to our target, right? It's going down to this and that. Well, we got this going on. There's just not that many surprises. Not as many. There's not as many. If there were none, it might get boring. I'll say that it might get a little boring if there were none. Okay, but they're really minimized, aren't they? They just are. So that's nice. That's a nice thing to see. I want to see when this decides to go again. I want to see when Ampleforth decides to roll again. Okay, I just want to see when that decides to go up again. It may take a while. Okay, but it's just been real consistent from this level. Just bam, 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 bam. That is a profit jungle gym. Not sure who would be I don't know who would be attracted to a profit jungle gym, but Ampleforth has consistently been that. So enjoy that, Angel and everybody else. Huh? That's just from yours truly right here. So enjoy that to the extent that that wants to continue to bounce around like that and create additional zeros in people's accounts. Congratulations, in the right spots, right? Looking at some of the let's see, some of the additional targets. We have more targets. We have more framework to go over in Bitcoin. When you can predict with Bitcoin, we can scope out and talk about where it is, where it's going, where it's been, right? It becomes I'd say potentially profitable in some other regards. Now, heavy cash reserves, you guys always know that. In terms of this level here, we have a dual level indicated. And I just want to go through essentially, guys, the dual level indicated. Very interesting from this prior section here in around 2019. Okay, this was June 2019, about $14,000. Okay, on Bitcoin. It's an interesting level. I want to talk about it real quickly. Why? Because a lot of what we do in terms of elimination of the prior channel, you guys know that. Elimination of the prior channel in terms of establishing, yeah, there we go, in terms of establishing our Fibonacci. This was a real interesting hit today, down in through, and we can really get razor's edge. We can get the scalpel out if we need to, right? I say that. In terms of that, just like a surgeon, just really, really, like it's only going to be perfect if it's perfect, that kind of mentality. Okay, it must be perfect. It must be a perfect procedure, right? In terms of your participation in the market, we can look at that as a pretty good indication or estimation in terms of this dual hit that we had. Let me just erase these real quickly. In terms of the dual hit that we had, let me get away from that. Hold on. In terms of the dual hit that we had down in through these two levels, so how would you have hit those? How would you have gotten those? Right? Standard MOVIP. Modus operandi VIP. We're going to eliminate the prior channel. We're going to draw up to the top. That's just ours. That is ours, right? You talk to other people. See if you can find anybody else who's doing that. And it's that, I'm not. I'm fully cognizant of the need to not interject any degree of manipulation into the market. Absolutely. Guys, Bitcoin is a big bad boy. You understand that? Anyone who would think that, well, you're just sitting there and you're creating and crafting something for the market, you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy that you think that we're going to sit here for a multi-trillion-dollar industry and just, affect it for fun. Like, yeah, that's going to happen. You guys need to go out to lunch and then go out to another one, huh? your day is off officially. If anybody thinks that, you're officially off. I guarantee you're officially that off. Okay, so go have a lunch and go have another one. It's just kind of joking around, but no, it's a big bad boy, right? In terms of Bitcoin, I'll just use a little bit of colloquial because it is. Right, you're not gonna, oh, we have our own targeting system. We're targeting big. No, a price target is what? I mean, I was joking with Angel earlier as we see a little bit of pickup here at this 38.2. Nice, potentially bullish formation. A little bit sagging in this middle zone here. We're going to dig into the lower time frames to see if we can fill that zone out here. A little bit extended for a bull flag. We would want a bull flag to be a little bit, and I hop around a little bit when something grabs my attention. We're going to be on it, okay? We would want. Where's my scuba mask? Polyline. We would want a bull flag to be more expressive within this type of a pattern journey. Let's just get into that. Something along the lines of this would be a little bit more expected. We would want the channel formation to be more broad, have more amplitude here on a typical bull flag. Okay, that would just be ideal. Could this play? Sure. You get variation all the time. But as I would look at something and say, well, it looks like we have a bull flag. I refrain from saying something like that because we want a broader expression in the channel framework that's cutting against the move up. Pattern down, always bull flag. We're going to have a channel cutting to the downside, okay? So as we look at this, not that this can't play out, we're gonna do what? Okay, to check this form and function where we're at in terms of the linear conformance with the bull flag, we're gonna go back to the candle wicks. I want to see those candle wicks. Okay, do we have more of an expression on the candle wicks? The lower the time frame, like i.e. 5 minutes, i.e. 1 minute, the lower the time frame that you are on, okay, the more you're going to see. Hey, Marion Daniel, what's up? What's up, Marion? Nice to see you, Marion. I know that you are overseas, Belgium, VIP Belgium, former VIP Belgium. We want you to at least join Basecamp. Marion, can you join Basecamp again? We would appreciate that. Okay, we appreciate that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So as we would, yeah. And in terms of that, let's consider, and I won't ask you again, Marion. You've shown up a few times. We appreciate having you in VIP, etc. This is exclusive time. So if you'd like to join Basecamp, it's $3 to $5 a month. And I just got to tell you, I'm going to have to hide him on the channel. I have to say that because Marion's a good guy, but I have to be exclusive with this. I have to respect the VIP and the guys that are really building this community. Marion's from Belgium. He was a few months in the VIP, etc. And I just have to say, Marion, hope you're doing really well. No bad blood whatsoever, but I just have to keep this exclusive for the VIP, etc. and Basecamp, etc. I had asked, I don't like to repeat myself like that. It just doesn't. I think it does discredit to the system that YouTube has formulated for us to take advantage of, and we're going to fully take advantage of that system the way that I think they intended for us to take advantage of it, and that's why we are who we are, because we just do it in a respectful way. And shout out to your family over there, Marion. I hope you guys are having a great 2022. God bless you guys, and just go get it in the market. Hey, how about that? You let us know how great you did. However, that may be possible. We look forward to hearing that. Okay, so as we would look at this nice move to the upside, okay, it certainly has the amplitude, okay. Now we do have a very kind of interesting and unique feature here, which is really solid. I got to talk about this in terms of the framework that's put together here. Let me get rid of these Fibonacci's for a moment. Let's talk about the price action that is discernible here, because we completed something which is rare. Okay, I'm going to say we completed something partially, at least, which is rare. Okay, in this section here on the way up, you guys know along the journey, I'm always very cautious about what? Very cautious about micro patterns in here, okay? Just because they like to grab traders in the wallet, okay? They just do. When you see a micro pattern, typically it's like, well, just careful. Like, you get that way because when you trade them, they like to be kind of grabby with the market. If you are above the EMAs, that's a nice way to look at that. How would you gauge that? Well, we look at that chop, right? We would just gauge it on the chop. If we're in the trade, we would gauge it on the chop. Well, we're still in the green. Still in the green. You check, we're still in the green. Now, you could do that on the 5-minute, 30-minute. You could do it on the hourly, etc. But as you would look at the chop on the bottom, it's a real nice indicator there to work at. In addition, we would have, I'd say, what was a nice indicator, and relatively immediately on, and I'll just say that because if they become more immediately on, etc., we want to note that. But MACD MACD had a bearish divergence along the top. Just along the top, boom, hit the divergence. That was it, boom, off. So on the 5-minute, it was very structured in terms of this patterning in this range formation. Okay, while we're ranging here, I want to talk about these indicators, how they're coming into play, and how immediately useful they are. We have to remind each other of that. Not that they're going to play every time, but if we can find a level of conformance, we're going to note them as they develop and come into play with our trades, so that we can find that advantage that we need in terms of application to our positions, right? So green on the chop, boom. It was green, stayed green. We absolutely had a micro pattern in here that played, okay? Even an incomplete pattern, 1, 2, 3, right? Essentially, we could have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could say that with the original hitch down. Okay, we like to slam into the line of resistance, then count that is the 1, 2, 3 up and out. So it was kind of in a bridge, just a lot of pressure to the upside. But I'm always paying attention to the micro patterns because we like a full expression. Now, this would be the caveat. We like a full expression, but this is not necessarily the full expression that we want, right? So, you know, the variability in the market requires that we use backup indicators. When I do say we're looking for confirmation, I'm looking for confirmation of what? Well, we're looking for confirmation that includes not just price function, not just the price line, but all of the indicators, the full line picture. Where are we at on the chop? What's our MACD momentum, right? Where is our, and this was very interesting, right? We had a swing to the downside. Let's look at the momentum real quickly. We had a swing to the downside. In terms of negative, essentially penetration into, we could talk about how this is lined up with our EMAs, etc. Okay, which EMAs are involved, how our momentum comes into process. What I want to talk about, blue being positive, the purple being negative, just for right now. Okay, this positive swing up with blue, beginning along to lose momentum and swing down negatively, right? Beginning to lose momentum, swinging down negatively. You see a penetration in here in terms of these top line EMAs, okay? Penetration into top line EMAs. Now, as we would look at this, then we swung back up in terms of it generated a new wave. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Profit, bam. Profit, bam. Yeah, getting into some profit. These blue versus the dark blue versus the light blue lines. It is I don't want to get too technical because you're going to, it's just a little too much to focus on. Just, let me hit my targets, right? Let me hit my targets. Let me go to the top side of the range, more or less. That may be a better way if you want to just keep it simple, right? A lot of people do. I don't want to get it too far into, look at this this nano micro X that is created on this one indicator that's going to make you money. Like, I hear that stuff, I'm like, oh man. It's like we don't need that. Just give me a target. Give me a bottom side and a top side target. Part of this is challenging because it's in process. It's in flow. You're making decisions in terms of where is the top side take on this. Okay, you'll have thresholds. You'll have multiple take opportunities. Okay, you'll have multiple exits potentially. Right, the higher you go. I say when it goes down, well, if the price goes down, what are you going to do? You're going to buy. If it goes down more, well, you buy more. Well, it goes down a whole lot more. You buy a whole lot more. Real easy. Well, the price went up. Well, that's good. You're going to sell. Well, when it went up more, well, that's good. You should sell more. But it went up a whole lot more. Well, that's good. You should sell a whole lot more. It's like you buy low, sell high. People lose that all the time in the framework. They lose it. Well, it went down more. Well, you're supposed to buy more. Oh, okay, but it went down a whole lot more. Well, then you're supposed to buy a whole lot more. Right? You buy low, you sell high. That's how you make money in the market, right? Particularly in something that expresses itself cyclically, right? We get into cycles, even in a retracement, a difficult retracement. We're still in cyclical price action. Even down in through the rung of the bottom of the formation here, you still see cycles. You still see cycles through this. You still see cyclical price formations, okay? In and along the worst times, the best times, the worst times, etc. You're still seeing ranges complete. Both on the micro levels in here, you're still seeing an established range. You're still seeing trades, right? You're still seeing huge price targets be hit. This is during 2020 in March. Boom, right? We know exactly the level that got hit, right? Here, during the preceding zone, back in 2017, 2018, 2019, we know exactly the level that was hit. Boom, right? So the cyclical price action is just like exactly what the doctor ordered. It's what we want. It's what we need. It's fun. It's why it's part of the reason that we do like crypto is this the volatility. A lot of people, it drives them away. It encourages us. It kind of gets us going. Shout out to Luke. Luke, I want to say hello. How are you? I see that picture every time. Just like good guy. Luke's a good guy. He's VIP. I like Luke. He's a good guy. So that's just the truth. Every time I see that picture, and I have a side screen here with when you guys will pop up on the bottom. So I'll try and shout out to more of you as you pop up. Kent Gifford in the house. What's up, Kent? Hope you're doing well. Hope that baby is doing well. Hey, Kent Gifford has a little newborn on the way, kind of on the way, early issues, etc. So want to let you know you're in our thoughts and prayers VIP. Absolutely share with us how you're doing, brother. Hope it's all good. Hope it's all good. And you got us as kind of backup family all the time. Your thoughts and prayers, definitely. We want to hear how things are going, without a doubt. So we would say within this pitchfork, I just say draw a linear regression, draw a pitchfork, draw something. Choose something, you see a linear regression tool, it's like, well, the pitchfork is too complicated. Okay, draw something. Give yourself an upper and lower bound. Try and give yourself some tactical advantage, something where you can see a low and a high range. Do something, okay? Just overall, see if you can draw something. If it's not the Gann, if it's not the Fibonacci, if it's not your pitchfork, if it's not your I'm going to get to the point, like if it's not your regression trend, if it's not your MACD, if it's not your chop, if it's not your, if it's not something, make it be something. Draw a line on your chart. Try and do something. Try and do something to give yourself, well, that's too simple. Are you sure? No, we stopped the stream. I stopped the stream a few days ago and made I say made. I don't make anybody do anything, but I'm like, go do it. Like the reserves before we poured down 7, 8, 9, 10%, whatever it was, right? Like, just do it, like, get it done, right? Why? Because just draw a line. Why? Because you woke up that morning and bam, we're sitting on the line. What is it? It's a line of resistance, right? So always, like, do something. It doesn't have to be this complicated. Like, well, now you're into pitchforks, and now you're into regression trends, now you're into Gann boxes and MACD, draw a line, man. Once a week, we're going to draw a line. It's going to count. I guarantee you. Like, just everyone that you draw has a good chance of counting, right? It just does. Let's look at let's reframe a little bit into this effort that's going on to recapture this particular wedge. We have, I tell you, I say we've studied it. I don't mean it like we've studied it. Like, I have analyzed this sucker, right? Big time. And we're really looking forward to seeing when we get a recapture of this wedge. I just want to see it. I want to see it happen. I have focused so much on this. All right, I've given a lot of attention and focus, like empirically, looking at the empirical data, looking at the data sets. How many falling wedges have there been? How many times have we recaptured? Quite a few. Sip of coffee. Hold on one second. Man, that is good coffee. That is really good coffee. If you guys don't have good coffee, let me know. I say that all the time. Let me know in the chats. Angel, let us know in the chats. I want to know what targets you hit. What are you focused on so that VIP knows what Angel Matos is targeting. I want to know. You got the rocket. You got everything here. Everybody looking up to you literally on the screen. I want to know. Right? I want to know. We got to know. What is Angel Matos? What is he targeting? What is he focused on? Now, he did say a fun time. He says he's looking for a fun time. I have to read into there. I have to read in between the lines. Let's go have some fun. Well, let's see. Let's go have some fun. I may have to look that up, huh? Yeah, this is not good. What is this, huh? Microsoft throw on my screen. A bear, huh? I don't need to see a bear, huh? What is Microsoft throwing on my screen? Something very interesting. Like, I don't want to see a bear on my screen. I do that sometimes. I'll leave my trade station, and then I will come back, and it's like there's a bear on my screen or something. I was like, what is this? Funware. Funware? Huh? What is funware? I don't know what funware is. Let's look at funware. Whoa. Nice. Cyclical price action. Cyclical price action. Nice cyclical price action. So I guess some people did well on this. Look at that. Whoa. That's a 10x. I don't know. Who would know about that? Me? I don't know about that. No, I don't. But that's a 10x. That's a nice return on fun. Hmm. Interesting, huh? Can it catch like it did back here? And I don't know anything about this. If it's a security, you guys let me know. Because I don't give financial advice on securities at all. You see how this caught back up in here? Now that's interesting. You see this right here? That's interesting right there. Huh? That is an interesting pattern to look at. You guys agree? Why is it an interesting pattern? Huh. I don't know. What do you guys make of that pattern? I don't know. That's just really interesting. You guys see that right there? Huh? Yeah. On the left? You see that there on the right? Yeah. What do you guys think is going on, huh? You guys, I wouldn't know anything about that. I just wouldn't, huh? Digital World Acquisition Corp on the right. Fun PHU one on the left, huh? Very interesting, huh? Very interesting stuff. We got to look into that stuff. But Angel wants to have a fun time, so that's interesting. You got to know those price. You got to know those charts. You got to know those charts, huh? Now, which one is this? I don't know. We got to know those things, huh? That's interesting, huh? Just exactly right, right on par. So Bitcoin picking up a little bit of steam. We'll focus on Bitcoin. Those equities, I don't know. I don't have time to keep up with all that stuff, man. I just don't have time. London, I don't know what to do. I don't have time to focus on all these different things, huh? Well, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Okay, so as we look at this, we were talking about the abridged version here in terms of this specific. Bitcoin, baby. Look at Angel, huh? That's what he's targeting. I like that, huh? Love it, huh? Love it. Hope you like the fun where DWAC kind of DWAC sounds like military talk, doesn't it? We're going to DWAC, but it does. But as we would get into Bitcoin, what's she doing? She's trying to do a little bit of a dangerous flag right now. I say dangerous because we don't like this top line expression, the over completion here towards the top. Bitcoin needs a tugboat sometimes. You got that right. If anybody knows Old Blue, I call it Old Blue. I hope you don't mind because you call it Old Blue to me. So I got to know it as kind of Old Blue. It's a good dog, it's all that good stuff. But it's just it's you tell me she's slow sometimes, but when she kicks, and the whole market watches her. And that's what we saw today was a kick like nobody's business. And I know people focus on other investments. I just do. But then you get a swing of like 10%. It's like, well, if you hit your target, you do that on levers. That's a 50%. That's a 50% move. That's a big move. That's a nice move. You got to say, 33,728. Been staring at you on the board. Everybody knows. I'm not talking to you, Angel, but everybody. I'm just saying, it's been staring at everybody on the streams. I've repeated it numerically, literally multiple times. And heavy cash reserves. Why? Well, come on, London. This was the time just to hammer into the whole thing. Nah. The market has a funny way of surprising you. When you like to do that, I just tell you, you go ahead and test that. You test that. You let me know how that works out. Because you figure out your exact targets and you go ahead and throw at it with the whole hammer and nails, that all the hammer and nails you got in the bank. You let me know how that works out. Because the market has a real interesting way of knowing when you're throwing at it with all the goods that you got in that account of yours. It just does, doesn't it? Yeah, when you're overexposed, it has a real funny way of kind of calling you out and saying, nah, not this time. Yeah, we're gonna take some of that out of the account. It's just it's geared towards an expression and a kind of a reward of patience and diligence. So is it consistency and discipline, right? Those are the two key features. Absolutely. Consistency and discipline. And good coffee. I'm telling you guys, I talk about this coffee. I've talked about it enough. You have to understand, like I'm a pretty particular guy. So yeah, would like you guys to try some of this. I'm going to be sending some out. I'm going to do that. As we would look at this, it's kind of inclining me to want to draw something like this. Here we go. Something kind of like, if we get a fallback to this zone, I think it'll be interesting. I'm starting to look at these more as the patterns develop and as we get into more range, right, movements. And just killer move today. Congrats, Angel, and everybody else who participated in the market today. Um, and yeah, if you're I don't know. It must be because a lot of people see this the next day. I don't want you guys ever to feel like you're behind the game if you're seeing this the next day. Just I don't know, Angel. What a gift they can just learn from you. I've been in some interesting desks, offices, etc. I've had a lot of experience, but it must be really great for people to be able to learn from you. Thank you for being here. Absolutely, I mean that without a doubt, 100%. Thank you for being here, for being who you are to the community and to me and everything else. Thank you. I need to say that frequently, and I hope I do enough. I don't ever want to lose that component of who I am and who you are to us and to me. Period. That's awesome. That's the truth. So as we look at this, uh, we will focus on. We will focus on. That's very heartfelt. As we focus on this fan formation, it's not a real popularly recognized. It's underutilized. Okay, in terms of its potential in the market, it's underutilized. Okay, um, let's see what we have. I'm going to report some foreign suspicious activity on the channel. I have to do that. These foreign suspicious activity on the channel. Hold on. I have to report this. Hold on one second. We have foreign suspicious activity on the channel. I have to go ahead and put into here, not put in timeout. I have to go ahead and report them. I'm going to report foreign suspicious unusual activity on the channel. Unwanted foreign suspicious. I just have to do that. I get this foreign suspicious activity on the channel sometimes, so I have to report it. I don't know who they show up and they say these weird foreign things. I say, I've just designated it as such. There is not a button to report foreign suspicious activity on the channel, but I've just invented that. All of the channels that exist, we are the one that have that. It's a verbal report that was just generated. So congratulations. So as we see this this latent pull to the upside, this effect here, right? I like the fan. It gives us something to now. The caveat is this. I want to talk about it. The fan. We learn from each other. Heck yeah. Bitcoin needs a tugboat. We learn from each other. Yeah, absolutely. London power. You got it, brother. When we look at the experiences, the way they coalesce, just and whatnot. It's interesting that we could throw together a lot of people in a lot of different rooms, and I say this all the time. It's a selective. This is selective. It's selective, right? The group is very. It's kind of a selective, exclusive group. But you guys could have been selected. And I say that, but it's the truth. You could have been selected. Clearly, a lot of the people in and around, business owners, the kid with the go-getting potential. I look at Ryan from Wyoming on the bottom. I look at Carlos Caribe King. These. I look at the group and it's like, it is that, it's a lot of the guys who would have chosen Richard from Korea. Shout out to U.S. military. And Jason's lives about to head out to Korea. I shouted out to somebody else today, and I was like, these guys, it's like we got them on rotation. Almost it's like we got the VIP on rotation, and we going to get them. Huh? We're going to help them, right? In Korea, we're not going to get them. We're going to help them. I don't want to start rumors. We going to? I don't know what they do. You have to actually ask them. We're going to get some help from them. Would be interesting. Korea training, different training in Korea. I don't know. You have to tell me. I don't know, guys. You guys have to tell me. But it's we like that dynamic, the guys, and I'd love to see Richard. And shout out to Freddie. I see Freddie and Ryan, etc. And Steve-O. What's up, Steve-O? In terms of the, we're going to talk about this pattern diagnostic here. I like Richard and Big Vlad in the house. What's up, Vlad? Love that picture of you and the woman there. It's just classic. Very expressive of who you are. Love that, man. Love that. Great dynamic. Now, like Richard is U.S. military coming in from Korea. Logistics operator, I think, color guard right now. Very interesting. I appreciate you sharing that information with us, Richard, and I hope you don't mind that I shared it with everybody else. But yeah, I'm color guard. As we look at the goals that like Richard has, and I just want to say it, like he has a goal this year of $500,000. It's excellent. It's excellent. People with goals, that fit into the framework of logistics, finely tuned logistics coordinator, operator, chief designee, or designator, however you want to look at it, in terms of his form and function. I won't get too far into it. AJ Crypto, shout out, brother. Just see a picture of you. As we would look at that, these are not like unrealistic goals that people have, but it applies consistency, or it requires consistency. It requires discipline, and it's really nice for me to see this group continue to come together with strong, able, let's just say strongly capable individuals with really recognized backgrounds. It's not like, Angel, we went through some of the pictures with your family. Naval, operator, a pilot, right? I laughed. I watched again. I watched part of the stream again where you said the government has not entrusted you to fly a $700 million aircraft yet. I laughed back at that. I saw that back, and I was like, that's one of the best lines that you have ever come up with on the stream. It's just the truth. But we have some really capable individuals that have trained in other facets, who have other like you're a very successful person. We have some successful VIPs that have that dogged attitude, and they're just technically, we have a very sophisticated technical group. So that's nice to know that like for Richard, I just bring that up because his goals, we want to keep them realistic, and they are realistic. Look at the success that Angels had over time, and the exposure that and what you mean to the group, Angel. It's huge. Look at what Josh did last year at the bottom there. It's just it is an example. And at some point, I don't know. I thought of this tonight, Angel. I want to maybe. I don't know. I want you to challenge us. I challenged people last year. I challenged people a lot. But maybe you need to challenge VIP. How about that? How about you bring a challenge to the group? Would be interesting of what you would like to see of the group, because I do that all the time, and sometimes I do that tongue in cheek a little bit with you. I'm like, okay, what's the next play here? What's the next run? What's the next target? What are we gonna hit? And it's that camaraderie that keeps us going a lot. I like that a lot. That we have camaraderie. Like, how are we gonna beat the market today? Boom, right? This pricing target, bam, and you've got a lot of, you've got some interesting, handles on startups, on equities, etc. as well. Those are differentiated in my mind, but you've got you have your finger on the pulse in a lot of different zones right now, which is really nice to see, because you could be on your laurel of Bitcoin, no big deal, absolutely no problem. Hey, that's who I am. That's it. You get to know. No, they don't even know. They think up late at night, no problem, no big deal. They don't even know. They do not even know. And guys, in terms of how I'll talk about it, the degree of market knowledge, you talk about market intel that Angel's got, you're not gonna find it, guys. You're not gonna study up on a weekend or really over the next 2 or 3 weeks and find it. Like, no. It's like there's a reason how he found Bitcoin. There's a reason why he's, and I just talk about it because when you approach that, like Richard or Jason's lit in the house. I know Jason's got some good goals for this year. He's at the bottom now. Like Freddie, our champ, for January. When you approach those, and you'll see just the retest of the previous line, this breakout, what needs to occur is that this needs to hold, this specific line here needs to hold. And it may push a bit, but buyers are looking at this line in terms of a program function. I don't want to, get too far out there in terms of the interaction. We talked about, the sequential numerical expectations. We could get into some different features here, but and we will talk about. Let me go ahead and say this before I get into Jason definitely having some good goals this year as well. And it's interesting because he's like, it's almost like I don't know. As I look at it, I make a, we talk about sports cars, the Ferrari. We talk about Lambo. I may want to do this whole thing in Lamborghini, by the way. I think it'd be cool too, huh? Because we like the Ferrari. The Ferrari's nice. But, I like to change things up from time to time. So we may just do everything like smoked out Lamborghini style. We may get into that. Just change the look up a little bit. Reframe some potential, may get some different mind stirring. It's a little bit more of an aggressive car, I think. Not necessarily outperforming at all the Ferrari, nor in craftsmanship, etc. It's a very different car. But as we talk about the look and what you guys want, I try and accommodate that. I try and keep it cool, keep it real, right? So we'll be looking into that. Now, in terms of the fan feature, and I just wanted to mention specifically with Richard, with Jason's lit, and with the other individuals here in the market, with Freddie and some other guys, with Luke, etc., that I chat with a little bit. Just the entirety of them. We're not chatting all day. It's not that kind of a deal. But with your goals for this year, like what are they? How can we help accomplish that? It's kind of like the Ferrari. Okay, you want the Ferrari, right? You want to like park it in your garage. You want to drive it. You want to, and it's the difference between okay, let's say you got the technical componentry, you've got the Ferrari essentially, you have the sports car, you have the technical componentry, and it is the real question kind of comes in. It's like, all right, well, we're gonna put you on track. We're gonna it ain't a dance around town. It ain't a I'm gonna fly some more coffee into my cup. I don't know why I just said that. I think I was thinking about flying around a track. Pardon me. But as we would discuss, like, the analogy is, you've got the technical componentry. You have all of the you got the Ferrari, right, in terms of the knowledge. Like, you're looking at like a fan right now, the difference of, well, typically it's a reversal pattern. Okay, it's a reversal pattern. So would you expect to see it at the top or the bottom? Right? We have the the goods layout. We have the craftsmanship here. I'll say that we have the detailed craftsmanship in terms of the TA here. But it's like, you can say, okay, you got the Ferrari, but it's like, okay, the challenge for 2022, and it's good we're talking about this. We haven't discussed it much thus far. It's January 25th, and yeah, happy what is this, Tuesday morning, right? As we would look at this, like, it's the challenge sometimes is putting you on the track. So, okay, I'm going to put you on the track. How are you going to perform on the track? It's not just, we have the technical componentry. We have the it's like we have all the bells and whistles. We know how to look good on the charts. We know how all this other stuff. But what are you going to do with it? What is your and I discuss this in the context of, and shout out to Brad as well. Brad, I hope you're doing well. Shout out to me. Give me a DM, man. So I don't know where you are. Some of you guys disappear. I'm like, where'd you go? As we talk about from Richard to Jason's lit, etc., when we talk about it, very logistical operators. I mean, you want to talk about, like, and I want to say an operator. I don't want to designate them in terms of anything other than their core function in the market. Okay, not talking about their military life or what they do at all, but in terms of, like, okay, they're going to approach the market. Like Jason's lit, I know he's very structured into targeting. So is Richard. Okay, Richard will bring up a chart, and it's like, this is looking nice right now. Everybody's in a million different directions, and Richard brings up something that's just spot on the golden pocket that nobody else is talking about. Jason's the same way, spot on with a golden pocket, right? Wanted to know when to book the trade, when not to, but he just laser focused in terms of operators, in terms of the market, right? And both military guys. Shout out to Kuda. Kuda, what's up? Hope you're doing well. How's Germany? Ripping that guitar. I hope. I know he is. He's ripping that guitar daily, I'm sure. Changing those strings out, huh? As we look at that, though, it's kind of the difference. Okay, they got the setup, they got the whatever the core function is of the market. They got the bells and whistles. We understand the patterns. We know where to go to for the additional detail and the play out function. We got the equation down. We got the tools and the equation down. But the challenge, whatever the challenge will be for 2022, well, that's saying, okay, good. You got the technicals, you got the good. You know the equation, good. You got the the targeting to the from the retracements to the extensions. You got the patterns. You got the levels of exposure that are required. Okay. You got the focus down. You got the mentality down. Now it's like, okay, you got the keys. You got the Ferrari. You got the everything. Just mentally already. You've got that. That's the patterns. That's the retracements, right? Like the pattern, like the fan. That's the retracement, like your targets on the 38.2 here, intra periodically, right? Just here in this immediate time frame, this range, right? You've got the extensions, right? And we could do this a host of ways right now, but you've got the additional tools with an extension. And what's the best way to do this? How about this? There you go. Yeah, okay. So you got your retracements, you got your extensions, you got your patterns on the micro and on the macro. Hold on. Let me do the. We could do either the extensions or the retracements on the macro. We'll just draw quick. Boom. You got your MACD momentum. We got in the background from that. Oop, let me get that down. Here we go. I'm talking about you. I was actually talking about me. Now look, Freddie just up at 1 a.m. huh? Arizona time. Freddie in the house, huh? He must have just that just must have been. We're gonna talk about a challenge, huh? Who pops up? It's funny, huh? Freddie just out of the box, huh? Freddie, what's up? What's up? What's up? We're talking about great talk right now. Freddie, our champ of January, powered through a line of resistance. It just hasn't happened that many times in January. So he holds that cup. That's his NFT cup. I got to register this thing as an NFT or whatnot. And we'll talk about some other NFT opportunities. I don't know what's going on this year in 2022. Exciting. So welcome, Freddie. Just talking about a bunch of fun stuff. I'm talking about the challenge of 2022. Isn't it funny, Angel? He just woke up, huh? Good, yeah. It's synchronicity. We talk about that, like synchronized. That's good. So we talk about like MACD. We talk about behind. I got layover function on RSI. We could roll over on that and put some CCI in there, right? Commodity Channel Index. Yeah. We talk about CHOP. We talk about MACD divergence. We talk about when I'm detailing all this out. Man, you got a B12. You got hand stitched leather. You got an auto push start. You got reinforced Bembro calipers on front and rear. You got dual dual strut reinforced suspension to the core on your rear and fronts. We could get into all the details. You got top of the line, Pirelli or Bridgestone. You got tires. You got air diffuser in the back. You got we go through all a quadruple exhaust with turbo thrust. All of the details that we need to in terms of well that's your Ferrari. This is as you're looking at this on screen, all of those details that we go through. It's like that's all that's all the fine-tuned accessories, etc. that you have. Let's see what we got. Freddie, I'm excited to be here. Dry powder on the side, and I'm also in BTC 5L from yesterday. I'm in profit and watching. Hey, good. I hope you hit that target down below. But nice, he hit that button. I hope you hit that target. And talking about didn't want to cruise down this with the heavy reserves involved. Definitely reminding VIP just to go through, right? Just to go through what was it? Was the following. And let me see this. It's important for me to remind. Yes, heavy cash reserves, speaking relatively, do it. Do it. Heavy cash reserves. Why? Because it was like a big pour down, right, in the overall market. But I talk about the challenge for 2022. What is it going to be? Maybe different for each person, But as we talk about all the indicators, we talk about these, what we say, these, the performance. What is our performance can be in the market. The challenge gets you, and we have Ferrari all over the map. We may change it to Lambo. Okay, and that makes a difference to me. That's a big deal for if we want to go Lambo instead of Ferrari. Angel's a big Lambo fan. Absolutely, that's part of his core. He likes that. He also likes Ferrari. But as we discuss this, he drive whatever car he wants to, fly on whatever plane or jet he wants to. That's not an issue. That's the truth. As we look at the notion that you have the Ferrari. The Ferrari is you and all of the technical indicators. That just is. Okay? The challenge puts you on track, gives you a goal, gives you a setting, gets you something to, gauge your performance by. Gives you maybe these are the other competitors. This is what has been done on this track. This is what the expectations are of you. This is what I need you to perform. This is what people who drive this car, meaning all the price function you see, all of the technical indicators, all of the patterns, the chop to the MACD, the divergences to the retracements, to the extensions, to the regression channel, I mean, guys, every single thing, right? Yeah. Putting you into that challenge in 2022, that defines for me and for you sometimes, well, okay, now I'm on track. I got to put this thing to use. I got to do this stuff. So I look at Jason's lead. I look at Richard. I look at Freddie, or, Angel, you help out maybe this year in terms of challenge. I'll put people up to a challenge. You doubled. You surpassed, of course, any challenge that I put you up to. You just did, right? But I still put you up to a challenge. So I'm like, okay, but Angel going to be the guy who's going to stomp on it. He's going to squash it. I put him up to a challenge, just bam. He's just going to step on the challenge. That's okay. But it does help, for you to have something to step on. It's like, okay, you want to just crush the challenge. That's the way to do it. And that's you have to say, I mean, it's like and I don't mind that. I think it's good. It's like this lower price target that we had here, right? Let's see what we got. There are 15 people right now. Curious to know, where are the 15 thumbs up? There you go. Hello, VIP. That doesn't cost anything. Just had to say that. I appreciate that. That's the truth. That's the truth, huh? Yeah. I hope it's not the night crew with JP Morgan. I just got to say, there may be some of that going on, and we don't get to see it all the time because some guys just hang out here, huh? And Angel knows this, huh? Because they have to. What's up, guys? Hope at the JP Morgan, everything else, you guys doing well, huh? I'm gonna tell you, it wouldn't surprise me that they wouldn't be here. Why? And they'll probably laugh now because we just slammed this price target. It's an off-kilter target, man. If you guys were looking for this target, you had to know where I was to get. I mean, literally, what I was doing. It would be like me on the track driving backwards, beating people literally at 130 miles an hour on this target, the 33,734, because this target beat that was the target that is scheduled into the entire equities market. Okay? And it's interesting because I talk about, like in 2008, I called the crash or this or that. I called the top of Bitcoin. Or I did, you guys got to know, like this thing hit here, boom, to the upside. Yeah. Bam. It gave you a nice dig in below. I was live in the back. I was like, okay, guys, okay, we're on target. This to me, that's being on target. 10.37% move to the upside. Yeah, that's that target holding. By the way, you see what it's a little below. That's that. I'm on the 5-minute chart, guys. You want to go to the 4-hour? You ain't gonna touch me on the 4-hour, guys. That's my time frame. I love the 4-hour. Bam, bam, right? So. Yeah, when that cruises 10% to the upside, that's the whole equities market. The entirety of the market hit that level. What is that level? Well, that's my level. All right? Boom. That's my target. That's beautiful. So, yeah, I called the 2008 crash. I went to a 7-figure plus cash position at young 30s, this and that. That's not bad, guys. That's okay for me. I'm just saying that's okay for me. I didn't grow up with I'm in charge of Daddy's 15th floor. So you do what? Well, I'm in charge of Daddy's 15th floor. It's all day traders. We're gonna, we're gonna make the call and we're gonna sell all of our holdings. We're gonna cause the market to crash. I'm not. No, that's not the way it went, right? Like I'm a guy just hustle strong, this and that in business. Love it. Early graduation from Duke, whatever, 3 years, doesn't matter. $1 billion lead analyst. Okay, fine. But yeah, 7-figure, healthy 7-figure, multiple, whatever. Days before the 2008 crash, boom, I'm just sitting on it, right? I don't like the technicals. And everybody, okay, you don't like the technicals. And then Hiroshima hits the market, and I'm like, you see what I mean? And it was like within 4 days. This was a similar event in terms of me giving you guys this pricing target, okay? And you seeing, bam, whoa, okay, yeah, okay, eyes open, yeah, we're paying attention now kind of deal. Same kind of phenomenon. If you guys hit this target on your own, congrats. And if you're watching, if you're with some institution and you're being forced to watch this, hey, how's it going? I know it's not easy working at those places all the time. I hope you're enjoying your suit. I expect you guys to suit up every day. Okay, none of that casual stuff around here. If you're watching this and you belong to an institution, I expect you guys to suit up every day. You're watching VIP, huh? We need you guys in suits. All right? How about that, huh? I'm serious. All this casual stuff. You guys are bankers, man. Investment bankers. I want you guys suited up. You got to look the part. You want to perform in the market, you got to look the part. Hmm? Hmm? All right. Anyway, I like them. I've always loved investment banking, all that stuff. As we would look at the market here, just having some fun. Because Angel brings up who is watching. We got 15 people here, and it's all okay. Some because they're required. Some of them are required to watch some of this stuff. They have to watch what's going on But see, don't compare us to a Discord crew or a whatever, man. No, we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it. We've had former J.P. Morgan, BlackRock, etc. in and around here, and shout out to them. I hope they're doing well. I hope they learned the important lesson of doing your own technicals. You do your own technicals. And I talk to VIP, etc. They know us. You do your own technical work. And I get a little bit charged up about that. You want to come into into our group, my group, and you want to bring somebody else's technicals around. Why do I make sure you do your own technicals? And I kicked out VIP, J.P. Morgan, former BlackRock, this and that. You get out of here. You do your own technical work, period. And it's funny that I know that they still watch our program. They still don't want to do their own technicals. What is up with that? What is going on with that? Now, why do I say that? Because this target right here, the $33,734.61 that held, that literally turned the market, boom. That hit, and the whole equity market turned here. Boom. We're very well correlated right now with equities. Okay? Why do I make sure people do their own technicals? A, because you can do it better. If you apply yourself, you can do it better. Okay? You can beat the other guy with the technicals if you really intend to. You gotta want it, okay? And the bad thing, if you don't want it, you're gonna be listening to me and listening to them, listening to whoever else. You're not gonna get it right. So I want to make sure that that's my technical. Boom. And anybody who knows me, who spends time around me or anything else, who has gotten kicked out of VIP, etc., I am adamant about that. And everybody knows that's London's. That's London's. That's his. That's his target, right? I preserve that privilege for myself of everyone knowing that, because I kick people out all the time, in whatever state of disgrace or grace, and with pleasantries or otherwise, because you're not doing your own technicals. You got somebody else telling you technicals. I review the technicals. One of the reasons I put together VIP was I had too many people to teach alpha training, right? Matter of fact, don't hit that button. You're lost. You got that right. But yeah, I was just teaching a lot of people in alpha training. And man, I got to tell you, what the alpha traders get. They got the top of Bitcoin. Period. Shout out to Kent showed up, former guy I was training then. I train them alpha. People don't know what alpha is. Some of the people in JP Morgan, etc., don't even know what alpha is. They don't trade enough to know. They just don't know. We know what alpha is. The percentage by which you beat the market. Calling this and giving this to alpha traders when nothing here, boom. Just like that. Just expected. Just standard wave formation. So you got to do your own technicals. I'm just real particular about that. Particularly when we hit our own target. Because this group knows, whatever you're going to do in the market, like make sure that if you didn't design it, make sure that you were a part of it. Make sure that you understand how it got designed. Make sure you agree with it. Right? Not just that necessarily that, well, this is the move for tomorrow. No, make sure you agree with it. That you've watched the tapes that we've put together. Because you may say, yeah, you know what? That was a nice target, but I really did my own homework, and I really got out the scalpel, and I really decided it should have been right there at the $33,046.95. I really did that myself. Beautiful. And I really calculated that down to the cent and penny, and I got this exactly. Beautiful. Or you may say, you know what? I was watching that. I peppered in at that level, and then I decided to compound in as it went below there, and you watch it, and I start to get to know who you guys are, and I start to see, who are the guys that are really running around the track, really hitting into anything. And now, I saw that. I decided to get into, to begin my Fibonacci's there, to begin my target there, and then I structured in my orders below as it continued to pour through that level. I agreed with that, but I decided to go ahead and apply a 1 through 10th every 10% increment, and thereafter I set my orders, and they were already waiting. Within the tolerance of 5 or 10%, down to the 30,000. You can do what you want to do, but that's what makes the market exciting. That's why we're here, to learn from each other, to kick it up into that next gear, etc. I think that's nice. And it's not always intuitive, but it is worth it. I'll tell you that much when you get into it and you work hard. So anyone who wants to be a little bit incentivized or otherwise, it's just fun to win. It's fun to have this on our repertoire, on our resume, etc. Right? You know who you're dealing with. Boom. Nice move. Nice move. Yeah. VIP in the house. You gotta say, that's the kingdom. Huh? That's what we do. That's nice. You follow us on Twitter at The Kingdom, okay? I like that handle. That's a cool handle. I want to have a sip of coffee. And so is the approach always to, quote unquote, get it right? I mean, we have to get it right every day, and it's just non-negotiable. We're representing that we're right all the time. Give me a break. You got risk in the market. You have to have risk in the market. But that is one of the reasons why, because there is risk in the market, because there is risk in the market, we welcome anybody new to join VIP. Absolutely, that's our top level of membership. #1 trade group all around. And I appreciate that. Jayant, what is going on, Mr. Jayant? Appreciate that. Good wishes as I'm talking a little bit through institutional frameworks. Thank you for a shout out, whoever you may be. So as we would look at the framework here, and this is a chat reserved for VIP. It just is. I appreciate the cordialities in the front. If you would like to join the top group around, you will join our group. Appreciate that. YouTube allows it, and we insist on it. We just hit this target today, which turned around the entire equities market. Essentially the level at which the entire equities market and Bitcoin turned up. Boom. So as we talk about risk, that's why, because the market's always going to present you an element of risk. It is. Well, I mean, I have different time frames. I mean, the time frames are completely, off kilter. I have mixed signals on all the time frames. It's, this one it's pushed through, this one it hasn't. The 4 hour, okay, the 4 hour's perfect, right? Right on the candle, bam. All right. But because there's always a risk equation that is presented to you, that is why you need to spend time on your technicals. You have to spend time on the technicals. You have to let these levels calculate out. You have to know what a perfect definition is of a bull flag. You have to be structured within the realm, or within the understanding of probabilities. You got to have that heavy reserve cash. You got to be able to square up and pound into at lower levels and say, okay, that's fine. Bam, just hammering into, put the pedal down, full throttle, right? And you got to have an extra storage tank of it. Bam, you got to have that, guys. And I say that like you got millions of dollars just on standby just to crank into the market. Yeah, maybe it's billions. Maybe you're over a fund. Maybe you're not. Maybe it's over splash cash, and we're just you're looking at 2022 to one of my bags is gonna go up to from I don't know. I see people make $1,000 to $1 million. That's gonna happen. Next 3-5 years, probably gonna happen. I like new projects and something like that. It's probably gonna happen. And maybe you're just enjoying the ride until then. Who knows? Right? And all different types and flavors of people that are attracted to crypto. That's nice. We like everybody. That's our deal. We like everybody as long as you want to beat the market. You know, that's just beautiful. So let's see what we got. In terms of the function of the technicals and the risk equation that's presented to you, like it's crucial that we meet these specific targets and that they hit because there is so much risk, right? Because the market has presented so much of that to us recently in the form of a retracement that's lasted. Let's just count through this, guys. How long have we been in retracement? How long? Let's go through this. Anyone just tuning in, yeah, we invite you to join our VIP. Top shelf traders, just the best. And if you don't want to beat the market or be the best, hey, that's okay. But that's the only reason we're here, is to beat the market, to hang out, have a good time together, and hey, you don't want to know about being the best. We got Angel at the top. Boom. Best I know, and I know a lot. Okay. Since $7.79 invested in Bitcoin, Angel. So, yeah, the best. Boom. This 76 days has been difficult. You've had to hit targets, right? We've had a schedule and litany of them, and we've just gotten more focused on them as a group. I'll say this. The more that the patterns have been destructive towards people's long positions, because we got a lot of bulls here, and the bulls want to go bull. I mean, I just tell you, like, there's a predisposition towards going bull. That's like, you could play a, you could play a short if you want to. It's not in the genetic makeup of some guys to not want to roll bull. It's just not, right? You understand that? Like, that's who we are. We want those higher prices. We're just geared towards hitting that button. It's gonna be a long, right, or a leverage, or etc. As we look at like this pattern, just difficult, right? Difficult to look at. Difficult to look at a wedge like that wants to pour down, try and recover in the apex, and barely frustrate out of the edge. That's a tough pattern. If you're a bull, that's tough. That's just quick draw, okay? So, in the secondary level, where are we at right now? I got this pretty well tied up here. Where are we? Yeah. That's macro. That's macro 4 hourly. Wedge, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. That's tough. Now, we've studied the recapture. We've studied the return to function in this level, but you see how difficult this was. The preceding zone here. Let me undo some of this so you can see how difficult this preceding one was. Look at this. This pushed beyond and beyond and beyond just to recapture the apex. Boom, barely up and out. So your patterns have been difficult. So I bring this up in the context, yes, we'd love to recapture this. In terms of like guarantee, like in terms of probability, in terms of, we studied it enough. We've looked at these. We've traded the heck out of these. I mean, I've picked these up on purpose where, to be honest with you, down in this zone. Get my scuba mask. I mean, I'm talking about prices gone down into here, okay, on some different coins that I've looked at and I've been trading. Boom. Prices down here, I'm hitting buy. Why? Because I want to see it just go boom. And while I've had success at that, while I've studied the heck out of that, the market's real particular on you just deciding, well, this one's going to do it, right? It's just it did it on the previous zone in here. Recapture, return to function. Is it a guarantee? Is it a lock? From right here, no. So there's going to be that element of risk. It is the market. It's going to make you trade. It's going to make you play. It's going to make you walk through the same shoes. And you guys know this is part of what attracts us to is the culture of it. It's that heritage it brings. You're gonna have to walk through the same shoes of people who've been trading the last 100, years in different regards, etc. Over the course of those years. It's gonna put you through the same. And that's what one of the dynamic parts of it is. It's gonna put you through that same rigor that they went through. Yeah, through that same challenge. You're on that same track as we talk about. Like you're gonna You're going to put that helmet on. You're going to put that key in the ignition. You got the Ferrari motor running. You're going to be on the same track they've been on. Man, how'd they do? What was their time? What was their fastest lap? The same thing. What was their best year? Right? That's what gets us in the market. That's why we're in crypto. We love the volatility. We love the 10x, the 5x, both on the leverage end and on the return end. Yeah? Love the superstar story, the hero extraordinaire of Angel like at $7.79. We celebrate that. What's up? Shout out to Daniel, fresh back from Iraq. I think you're back from Iraq, Daniel. And to Ambrosio, Mr. Mission Impossible. What's up, Ambrosio? Hope you're doing well. Just our VIPs, pictures in the bottom. And AJ Crypto. Let me have a sip of coffee real quickly. And you could kind of ask, you could look at our group and you could probably say, just in terms of self-evaluation for 2022, it's like, well, why are we here? What are we doing? We are here to beat the market. We are here to beat the market. That's why we're here. We like beating the market. With all the technical indicators, bells and whistles, colors, and retracements and extensions and patterns and the CHOP index with the MACD and the divergences and the RSI with the CCI. What do we like to do? We want to beat the market. What do we do in 2022? We're going to beat the market. What do we do in 2021? We annihilated the market. Right? With what? With strong technicals. Absolutely. Like, I don't know another group who has trades to talk about like we do. Maybe another group had maybe somebody got in at a coin that went a million time. I don't know. Maybe, right? Maybe they got a one-off extraordinary kind of deal. But purposeful acquisitions at lower levels, repeatedly on different coins, hammering in with heavier levels of cash exposure. I don't know anybody else. I also don't know anybody else who caught Bitcoin here at 29,750. Boom. I just don't know. I don't know anybody else, any other group that called top of Bitcoin here, right? I just don't know. We called this with Elliott Wave video. Bam. Right? That was rough. I didn't like to see that, but, double top. I mean, some of this is just, it became obvious. It's not even like something to really brag about. This was nice. Bitcoin spike. Boom. This was nice with Alpha Traders. Bam. Because this, it wasn't the get on the train. The get on the train in 2021 with Bitcoin wasn't the question. Everybody was getting on the train. You guys know that. The question was, it's gone, right? That was the big deal. Everybody. What percentage of people over of a legal age to drive got Bitcoin in 2021? I don't know, like it was 60, 70%. I don't know, a huge percentage of people. You guys look up the figures. Let me know. So, in the context of where we are at now, okay, we can get back into the biggest point of all of that discussion is to reinforce the fact we hit our targets and bam, we hit a target. It's a nice target. And we'll just celebrate that again because that's success. That's alpha. That's what we're trying to instill. Not just the 50% right here. Because this thing would have pushed you beyond. This was the deal. This specific hit below would have pushed people beyond, okay, to release position had they not had that lower target. Just the truth. People, this is when people just release a stop loss. Well, just, I'm out of here. Target, bam, let's hit it. In the back, in VIP, talking about this level, grinding, etc. Hitting the target, and then bam. Freddie is in a state of profit right now with his position. I know Angel picked up some lower priced targets. Boom. That's what's up. That's what makes this fun, right? That's why we're here. We are here to profit. We are here to beat the market. So we never question that fact. And, when I talk about it as exclusive, it doesn't go without saying because this could attract some attention, this specific stream, because we were so right. And I just want people to know that we are not a political ideology. We are not a force or front for, us versus them. We are market participants. If you are blue collar, white collar, no collar, you want to beat the market, bring it. What do you got? Oh, you're from Mozambique, you want to beat the market? Oh, but you're a converted Democrat Republican. You want to beat the market, man, or not? Period. Hush it. You want to beat the market, man? That's it. Well, this group, hey, you want to beat the market? You're asking questions about our group? I don't care. Do you want to beat the market? You got like a guy from such and such office listening to your group for evaluation. Fine. Do you want to beat the market? You're going to continually hear that from me. That is the key driving force here. Do you want to beat the market? Do you want to achieve alpha this year in 2022? First laying the scope of the framework of challenge 2022, alpha. That notion. Alpha is not like a leader, okay? You say, well, the alpha, the omega, etc. That's a leader, okay? That's like some slang for leadership. No, alpha is the percentage by which you beat the market. So Freddie, January champ, shouts out now and says, we are beating the market. Yes, we are. And we're doing it through some really good principles right now in terms of, and I'll tell you guys, 99% of the market is down right now. And that's people who don't want to, they don't want to, 99%, okay? 99, I think it's greater than that, but 99 point, whatever that is, percentage of the market is down right now. Who is that? It's people who don't want to follow the rules that we know of what? They don't want to double down. They do not want to have heavy reserve cash, double down, limit their exposure, follow the guidelines. They're just VIP. It's when I see VIP doing well, looking at this fan formation, trying to play. Okay? We're going to delineate the lines here, okay, which work into resistance, support. Resistance, let me just go ahead and draw this out. Typically, we'll see a fan formation as a reversal pattern, not necessarily at the top, okay? Reversal pattern meaning towards the downside of something, we'd like to see it as a reversal pattern, okay? So to see one at the top is not unheard of as a continuation, but you understand the difference between a continuation and a reversal. Very important. Now, in terms of technicals, I just grew up with the New York Institute of Finance book in my hand. I said in high school, however I got the book, through this guy, that guy. He's actually a very important guy over at Morgan Stanley now. He's still like institutionally involved at high levels, I think, at Morgan Stanley. Very select kind of manager of funds, etc. But when I was younger, he was a grade or two ahead of me. Morgan Stanley offered me a position officially at some point. I told them no, and glad I did. Got into some cooler things in terms of hedge fund, personal, non-SEC, but my own hedge fund, just a personal deal in California. After that, glad I took that road because I never wanted to sell anybody anything that I really didn't believe in. Be given a sheet, this and that. I got my sheet. What's on the board? What's on the sheet? I got to sell this. Let's call up such and such, and I think this is overpriced, but I still got to sell it to them. No. I would be like calling people and saying, they're trying to make me sell you this thing right now, but I have a great idea. Let's put in pricing targets below it. Let's get some more value. Let's see if we can really, So it's not all designated towards that. And I won't talk about Morgan Stanley versus any other investment house, but that's just a little bit about who I am. I grew up with the New York Institute of Finance. A little kid, whatever. 14 years old? I don't know why. Just 14-year-old just studying this stuff, or 13. I have no idea. High school, whatever the years. I don't think I had it in 6th grade, but I'll have to look back. I think I still have the book. It should have the year in it. So that'd be awful if I look back. I had this thing in 6th grade, man. Just, a little kid, just, I don't know. All 70 pounds soaking wet of me just studying the New York Institute of Finance. Just, this little kid, just, feeble, whatever it is, you're going to learn that real character with those, thick glasses and everything else. I'm sure I was great, great, yeah. It's whatever it was. Contacts came in. I don't know what it was, but it's just funny. So we would anticipate that this specific move would come as a reversal, not as a continuation. Though we could understand it in terms of the top line formation. Now I'm going to say range, okay, range, because Bitcoin likes to range. With this strong of a move to the upside, some degree of patterning and a bullish formation is contemplated. Because of the strong move to the upside, Bitcoin and altcoins, essentially, guys, if you have a strong move to the upside, we're going to want to repeat that to the upside. That's the expectation of the market. Now, huge qualifier, because everything that has gotten the hopes up of traders for the past 75 days or so has wanted to disappoint, has been an expensive expectation. It just has. So the accumulations at the lower levels. DOT about to turn green. Keep an eye on that. DOT, go green. Come on. DOT provided some more value than it did previously over the last 24 hours. Slightly lower low, but about to turn green. It's right at zero, 1802. Eye on it. There you go. Just turned green. Interesting. It likes to get up and go, and people will take their eye off of it or be dissuaded from investing in it. I think Angel has targeted DOT a bit. I hope that is expressing itself well in terms of the last 24 hours. A lot of recapture potential here. 15% to the upside, 16% to the upside. Slightly outperforming Bitcoin. Let's say 16% to the upside. I don't think so, actually. 16% versus, let's just do a comparison of Bitcoin versus DOT. Yeah, it is slightly. 14% to 16%. So it did by a couple percentage points. It's been difficult. DOT's been difficult technically. Alts like to do that sometimes. Yeah? You'll find an alt that's really technically conforming. They'll pay more, they'll have bigger percentages, but then they'll kind of frustrate. Just kind of, it feels like it's built into the programming of the exchanges. It's like, well, okay, it's going to run 16 to 18 to maybe 20% instead of 14. But the technicals are going to be a little difficult. So you give and you take, you try, and for the people who like that challenge, they want that challenge. They want that extra 2%, that extra 5% or 10% sometimes. It's just a challenge. You got to know that, right? It is what it is. So yeah, 16% versus 14% or so. Yeah, we're getting there. Good. Yeah. And DOT's just low enough. It's a good example because it's almost down to its previous 78.6, right? And that was the key pickup here. And we just want this to be, and I had drawn this up, and now it's down. But in terms of that cross line, I don't want to call it cross line of resistance. Just a the overall line of not resistance unless you're short, support function. I'm not short DOT. Could have been. That S product went nuts, did it? That was a #1 mover on ETFs. That was nice. That was like, what, 50, 70% a day on that S? It was interesting. Difficult to switch back and forth between short and long. I mean, it becomes a challenge in and of itself. So DOT's performed well overall. Let's go into this. Let me go into, make sure we've got our Fibonacci 86 low level. Let me go into a different fib on into 86 fib mod. There we go. We got that 86 together. But yeah, with the 86, just the custom level of the Fibonacci that's mine. That's my baby. In terms of that 86, I like it. So right on to the 78.6 prior here too. 78.6 really conformant. Not so much And I know you did. You looked in the mirror and you did have the polka dot, huh? It just happens, some things it speaks to you. It's like this is mine. I gotta get this. That's funny. It's good. So as we look at the prior 78.6, real strong level, had some digs in here. Look at this previous level here, previous 2021. Dot being a little difficult, being dot, right? So from this baseline function up, we did complete. That may be a good line here. Wrong one. Hold on. Not even. Dot does not want to throw anybody a bone in terms of what it's doing. It doesn't. I showed Angel some advanced techniques on extensions and Fibonacci. Again, and Angel, I like what I did earlier talking about zero, right? Because, well, that's too complicated, London. Well, that's too, you think about it, just, and you can say it's down 10%. Okay, you can do that. But what do we think of all the time? We think of things sequentially, okay? Not just on dot, on everything. We do. We're geared towards a sequential numerical expression in terms of values, in terms of our understanding. Right? The sequential order of events. Well, growth is 1, 2 to every adding sequence. That's not growth necessarily. That's a sequential order. Growth is different. Growth in a market is measured differently, typically. Yes, it's going to have an ordered sequence to it at its very core. But in terms of the growth componentry available to us, it's going to have something like this. Right? It's going to have not just a level of 1, 2, 3, 4. No. There's going to be something more to it calculatively in terms of the growth of this run up here. What did it do? Well, it got to that 100%. It repeated 100% of the previous move here. And that level 1, let's say that level 1 here, that was really 31.51%. That level 2 on the extensions was really 20%. That level 3 was really getting up to that 65th percentile. The golden pocket was up to about 20%. That next level was up at about not just 4. It wasn't just an ordered sequence that we're familiar with. No, it was 7.14 additional percent. Then that next level was what? Was 13%. Oh, so it wasn't just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. We get into the growth element of things. The next level and expectation is not just another ordered event. It's not an ordered sequence that we're used to. That's not what we count on. We don't count in on ordered sequence of events in terms of the expectations. We reframe things in terms of retracements. We reframe things in terms of extensions. Fibonacci. Up, down. So it's not this standardized framework and order that we're used to experiencing. It's not the simplistic, well, let me count as we go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want things to grow. No, growth in the market, typically according to technical analysis, is structured by Fibonacci's. Reductions in the market are typically, unless they are highly institutionalized, you want to go with Gann on 25% or 33%, right? 50%, 60%, 75%. Even those are going to be limited, okay? In terms of the number you can have, they're limited. Okay, even on the actual tool itself, we'll just review this real quickly. But Gann box, boom. All right, I say they're limited. Why? Because they're not as advanced in terms of the featuring of it. They're not as known in terms of there's not a growth function per se, Gann fan, etc. But no, real Fibonacci, real calculatives. 25%, 33%, around 1/3, 50%, 60%, 75%. Real cut and dry. Okay? More levels in the Fibonacci, the retracement, and the extension. So we deal with growth. We're not dealing with the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we're dealing with a different order. We're dealing with a different framework in the market and I wanted to bring this up because I had thought of this earlier yesterday. I thought of that, and I was just like, I really want to discuss that. We're not dealing with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's a sequential order. Yes, it's, it has a linear tangible function towards increase of the order, but it's not this tangible function of growth that we measure things by. Okay? Capiche? So when we talk about hitting our pricing target here on Bitcoin on the 4-hourly, no, we're not just taking, okay, here, there you go. There you go. Boom. That's what we do. We got, I want a 5% discount today. The magic ain't in the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, guys. It ain't. It's just not. The amount of detailed work here involves highly precisely kind of tuned technicals to do this and do this. And these have been on our screen for a long time. Boom, 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 boom. Prior stream here. Bam, bam. Not just the first one, but boom, the second one. See the prior one here? Carved in. So it's the non-sequential, and I just challenge as we look toward 2022, it's not that linear framework that's going to get us there necessarily. It's the application of things that you're not used to. It's digging into the market at a different level than you're accustomed to looking at a bag of groceries. Well, I know that. I mean, I go to the market all the time. Or, well, it's a stock. It's a PE ratio. Well, it's the fundamentals on this one are no. Fundamentals on this one don't get you that right there. Nope. So it's just high time to talk about it literally after we nailed it. Bam. And I celebrate these days. I don't gloat about them. I just celebrate these days because this is why we're around. And we could discuss the previous kind of challenge. I talk sometimes it's challenging to go through. We could talk about this move again. This here. Boom. I say this for your credit, by the way. I say this because Angel's on top of the channel. Boom. And I like when we do stuff like this and he's up there and I'm like, yeah, what's up? We could talk about this move. 0, 1, 2. Yes, everyone here knows. And if you're watching this tomorrow, shout out, what's up? That'd be Tuesday for you guys. We watch that fan completion taking place. Huh? So we could talk about this and the 0, 1, 2. Literally walking up that line, laid out beforehand. Bam. How'd you fare? What'd you do? This was a nice change because we had the 0, the 1, and the 2 there before the price literally went up and walked through it. How'd you do? How'd you trade? Right? You can review the stream if you like. The stream before we had the 0, 1, 2 and then the 0, 1, 2. Put in the context of the mood of the market, it was a great challenge. You got to keep all the facets, the mood of the market. You got to keep the performance of the market. Like, where are we at? What's going on in context? So it was a nice, I'd say, change of events that we had in terms of, that was the challenge. This one was the direct on, had this for weeks. Had it for weeks. Talked about it multiple times. And I know, the average person that watches or listens doesn't, I can just see some people scribbling down on like a, the right kind of notebook. Orders, just scribbling it out. Boom. Okay. 33,734. Okay. Boom. I see the right kind of people paying attention. Other people just kind of hanging out, just kind of wondering, okay, well, We're going to get to a 10x. Yeah, maybe you want a 10x. People like to trade. People here like to trade. And we like to get the market right like this. Because we'll never forget it. We will never forget it. Like we'll never forget this pour down, bam. Unpopular as it was, we just won't forget it. Boosh. We'll never forget double top. No one wants to hear it, but this is double top, you know. Austria, China, Iceland, Russia. Oops. We'll never forget this, will we? This right here. We won't. You guys remember that? What was it? You guys remember that, huh? Well, quote unquote, if you trade a lot, you know that this doesn't want to hold. If you trade a lot, I don't know if you guys trade a lot, but if you trade a lot, you know, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote. If you trade a lot, the next day, right? So it gets to the point where, it demands some context to talk about this. Are we right every time? No. If we are every time right, is it easy to listen to something that is right and to just do it? No. You all have your own styles. You have your own way. You have your own impression. I like that. I tell you, I like when somebody comes to me and says, well, I'm feeling that this is going to happen. I like that. I'm going to tell everybody that this is going to happen. Cool. Base it on a technical is all I'll say. Show me, Jerry Maguire, show me the technicals. Screaming in his office, show me the technicals. Right? I want to see the technicals. Show me the technicals. Okay? Why? Because the more that you show me the technicals, I bet you're going to show me some accounts that are doing pretty well. I bet you the other part of that, show me the money, I bet you it starts with the technicals. The guys that I know and have been around, and the best calls that I've made and the best calls that I've seen other people made have been on technicals. That and strategy, overall strategy, approach, heavy backup. Isn't that nice to be? Look at that move. We didn't have this move. We got to talk about this. We did not have this move yesterday. We didn't have any of this. And when I go back on the other time frames and other big moves in the market, and I discuss it and say, we didn't have any of this. Right? We didn't have any of this. And I had given them a target, or I called the top of Bitcoin. Now you guys see it, huh? When I say, well, at the top of Bitcoin, $65,000, didn't have any of the other price action. We'll just put it in context. It's just good. It's important because we talk about the power of TA. We talk about the power of technically, going through the technicals here. Yeah, here. With the charts, and shout out to Kenny again. But what was it? Here, with nothing there. It's going to do this. Bam. And then, right? So here, and it's just another moment to analogize that. And the more time we spend together, you'll have moments like this. I'll have moments like this. But yeah, when you look at this, right? Because what do you have? We have that line there, and we have that price action to the left. Now, it's interesting to see the little green dot. Do you see the green dot? This is what's awesome. Do this, guys. Take a look. Make sure it's on the big screen TV. Look at this. Now, as you look at that green dot, you see the green dot right up in here? Boom, 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 just the kind of pulsar equation with the radar dot on it, scoped out. Yeah. Now, we had a pricing target. This is beautiful, huh? This is what excites us about the market. Because imagine there's no price function there. or that nothing's gone there. But you have an indication that the green dot, you're going to the green dot. All right? You're going to the green dot. That's where the price currently is. That's all the information you have. Now, you have a pricing target below. Where would you have wanted to go between, like the numerically charged up, like wherever you're at on the left-hand side, the 0, 1, 2, where would you have wanted to go? Very interesting, critical lesson for us to look at, guys. Critical point. The green dot represents the current price. This is a hypothetical little analysis we do. And we have the price function along the lower level. Angel, thank you for a super chat tonight. Always. Thank you very much. We have the price target at the lower level, right, in purple, the purple line. Imagine there's nothing there. The green dot flashing is where the price currently is. Now, where would you have wanted the price to go? To do what in the interim? You like to trade. You want to profit. You like to profit in the market. Where would you want to have wanted the price to go? 8 days a week, guys. Boom. 8 days a week. You want it to go where? I mean, because it could go. You guys get that? I mean, it could just go straight up and over. Right? I mean, it's there on that green dot. So, oh, no, London. We just want it to go straight up to that green dot. No. You have your target. We want a profit. You have your target. So 8 days a week, you want, and the target we had, boom, here, way before. Days, weeks before. You have that target 8 days a week. You don't want to just go straight up into that, from the price straight up to the green. No. You want to go, bam, 8 days a week. That's sweet, huh? That's nice. That's what's up. Nice move. Nice price action. That's on the 5 minute. It was a beautiful move from the point of target to the top. Over a 10% move in 5 hours. That's some money. People talk about it went 1%, it went 2%, it went 0.5% on this trade, on that. No, that's a 10% move. Bam. The scoop down, you got to be able to just growl through that, guys. You got to be able to look at it and be like, come on with it. If you have your target set and you have your orders together, it's easier because it's coming down to your orders. You're excited about it. People who don't have orders below and don't want to back up their position, like with double or triple down, or add to their position if it's going down, want to play helter-skelter? No. When you have that set up at a lower level, it becomes nice, right? So that's a great example as we talk about the ideal. Now, how do we apply that, guys? How do we apply it? Well, you know the answer. You know where I'm going right now. You know. Now there is the price now. Let's imagine we had price right up here. Let's imagine we had price right up to here. Okay. Let's just say we had that. Everybody wants the price to go up. And I'm telling you guys, even if the price would have crawled from the left to the little blue, they just don't want it to go down. Do what? Hold on. You want to be in the market. You want to sit there and crawl for 3 months. You guys know here, huh? Yeah, you want to crawl for 3 months and you want to put on whatever that is between the yellow line on the left and that blue dot? Do what? Man, go buy an annuity, man. Go sit on some gold. Go do something uneventful or entertaining that doesn't require you to trade. Because we're in a market. Where would you have wanted this to go? Well, 8 days a week, bam, bam. Why? So you can trade it. So you can compound in entries at lower levels. So you can trade this thing. Same, right? This is the same approach. So I just want to cover on the lower time frame. Yeah, you want this thing to go down and pick up your target. 8 days a week, guys. So, well, and I'm gonna throw this at you right now. Well, okay. So yes, that's why we've gone down. People want to. Michael Saylor wants to explain what's going on with the regulation and Biden's coming out with a brand new crypto package and the FOMC's meeting on Tuesday. Okay, fine. Whatever you want to throw at it, fine. Put all the news up on the wall. Whatever's going to happen, great. What do we want this thing to do? We need it we need it to go down to go up, right? Make it real simple. We need to go down, hit targets, and we need it to go back up. What's it been real good at doing? What's it going to continue to do? Go down, hit targets, and go back up. 2018, 19, up through 19 on through 20. It likes to go down and then go back up continually, right? So we don't want to oversimplify it, but it's like the question is, well, and it's just already answered here. We already know this. Do we have any targets at lower levels? Do we have any? That would be the next question. Do you have targets? Does the sun come out tomorrow? Copy that. We have targets at lower levels, right? Always waiting at lower levels. We just covered DOT. What's DOT doing? Well, DOT's trying to fend off its 78.6. Trying to. Let it try, huh? Who you think's got orders at 786? Mr. Matos at the top of your screen has orders waiting at 78.6. On how many coins? Just as many as one or need be. Just period. Let's look at Phantom real quickly. Phantom composed similarly to one and a few other coins. Flat top line on the candle wick. No different time frame. Let's see where we're at. 4 hour. Yeah, there you go. 4 hourly. Real close to a flat top. Want to see a Phantom. Which out of the group of these is going to be able to complete an ascending triangle? Big crucial question. Okay. I have the feeling that some of these, I don't want to get people over involved. I don't want to get people overly involved. I need to see buyers continue to step in here. Okay. Top flat line, 4 hourly. Buyers need to complete this process and continue to step in. If so, it's going to be a sweet march up for Phantom. It's only $3.50, guys. Granted, we talked about the way to get 003 on it. Don't know if you guys like that idea, but as you talk about going from 350 to 650 or whatever it may be on this completion move to the upside, you start to think, okay, widespread exposure, okay, doubling down, tripling down once you get down to a certain level, right? Good, Angel. And I know that, huh? You love hammering in at lower levels, man. That's the only way to do this. Freddie likes that too. Freddie's like that too. A lot of value, huh? I love value. I like returns. I like returns. And ones that I can look at and calculate and tell people about and say, look at this and look at that, and this is what we do, and this is what we've done, and this is what this is what 2021 was. Except it's just what I love, huh? I just love it. I know. I got out of Duke and I just started doing that. Crazy stories, me and Harvard across the table. You don't want to know, or maybe you do. I don't know. But interesting stories. I'll probably tell it on a one-on-one basis. Interesting stuff, huh? Do you mean to tell me we're only going to be making 12% over the next 15 years? Whatever it is, like, I mean, only 12? What, you need 15? I mean, you need to know how to make 15% because I'm the guy. I put this stuff together. If you need 15% instead of 12%, hey, you give me one day, right? Crack my knuckles out. Harvard found it. Hold on. You need 15% instead of 12%? All right. Let me see what we got here. We got $1 billion to work with. Seriously, like cracking knuckles out is showing. You guys don't know that part, huh? It's not classified. It's not confidential. There's nothing about it. But like Harvard Foundation looking at me like, do you mean to tell me we're only going to make 12% over the next 5 years? I'm like, hold on. What do you need? Huh? You want 15%? How's 15% sound? Me looking at like $1 billion portfolio. I'm like, I could take care of this. You're Harvard. You respect finances. You respect this and that. It's like, you give me 24 hours. I'm going to get you 15% instead of 12%. And that's when Harvard. The people on the end of Harvard are like, excellent. And I'm like, yes, excellent. Let me go take care of that extra 3% that you need over the next 15 years, whatever it may be. So that's a true story of me. I have never told you guys that necessarily like that, but yeah, that's the truth. They needed more returns. So I reworked the deal. $1 billion deal. It's a good deal for a little 21-year-old, 22-year-old. Just, all right, you need more money, huh? I see how you guys are. You need more money. All right, let me see what I do on this deal. Let's get this deal done right. All right. You need more money. All right. Let me rework this $1 billion deal. Let me figure this out for you guys. Yeah. Good stuff, huh? True story. Good guys. And some of the most profitable years Harvard Foundation has ever had. Literally, that's good. Up until that time, I think it was the most profitable years that Harvard Foundation had ever had. Very cool. They've been around a while, so that's saying something. That's the truth. As much as this price target hit, yeah, that's the truth. Cool stuff. All right, so off about a point, or what is that? $350. 0.96% down. 36,311. I like the value. Nice. Understand the fan. We like it at a lower level. Typically, it's a reversal feature. Let's see what Angel says. That's my Wall Street. Can't blank with us. They're big stuff making 18% a year. Yeah, they are, huh? It's just one of those deals, huh? We got to generate those profits, man. We got to get that, 2022 is going to be fun, isn't it? It already is, huh? It's going to be fun. When the returns start compounding to stories that nobody's going to believe, it's a good dynamic, huh? The whole thing is a good dynamic. You got that right. And they can't, huh? They can't hang with us. That's what she says. Sorry about the derogatory comment, but I don't apologize, says Angel. We don't need to apologize, huh? They're in a different asset class. And if you want to designate that as the employees that work there versus the members that we have, that's fine. We are different level assets, different level of human resources, We're different. We're just geared differently. You can't, that institutional talk just it hits a brick wall when it comes our direction. It just it's like because we've been through that. We've been suited up with that. He doesn't make that. He says it with heart. There's no problem with that. Well, it's just not. We're not that. We don't want the geriatric portfolio. We just don't. And a lot of the institutional framework, et cetera, it's just it becomes like that. It's a really old institutionalized level of thought, and it's not going to be. We're on the other end of the spectrum. We're the guys that do well here. They're capable of dealing with a lot of risk. Is not for everybody. You got to know that. you can chew up your, if you don't want to double down and triple down, if you don't want to cover compound into lower levels, and if you don't got the gut for it, it's not for everybody. Oh yeah, you can lose. You sure can. Absolutely. You may lose 9 out of 10. You may lose 20 out of 20. If you don't get back up the next time and say, hey, bring it. You just beat 20 times. Okay, great. There's 21st. Let's go. And I said that to Freddie. I said that to everybody the night before Freddie went and beat I gave a big pep rally talk. Who beat? Freddie beat. And that's why we're here, to find the guys who can beat. That's it. We ain't here so everybody can win. We're the guys that are going to win. That's it. The small select group that have got it down right, understand heavy reserve cash, and want to throw it this correctly to where you can win. That's nice. And that's true about Freddie that night beforehand, just sitting there talking about, everybody heard it. And we're going to break through that line of resistance, and this becomes a line of resistance here as you look at the fan formation, and people don't really know what this is, right? A lot of people don't know. It's kind of in line with triple tops. If you got, or not triple tops, triple threes. Excuse me, triple threes. Triple tops, people know what that is. Triple threes. Got some conflicting information on those. I'm researching those heavily in line with Elliott Wave International. Just look those up. Sorry for the misstatement. We haven't even said triple threes. Look back at my note. And had some problems researching this to the extent that they were consistently or inconsistently presented in line with. I won't say that because it's a new piece of information that came through some classroom, something else, and I was distinguishing it from a triple top. This was the problem when I was looking at it. I'm like, you're going to distinguish that, a triple three from a triple top. You get busy doing that. Elliott Wave International, but they will. They know what they're doing. Okay, triple threes. Don't spend too much time on them until we do some additional work sorting it out with their top team presented, etc. Okay, some of them are sideways, some of them are lateral, and I want to know what they know between the sideways and lateral versus it's not a triple top until it's lateral. We'll get to it. But it's something we'll kind of look into for 2022. And maybe we'll structure a little bit more around Elliott. There's nothing wrong with that. I heard this from New York Institute of Finance. It was funny. Freddie, what's up? You just got excited. What'd you get excited about? Bring Elon personally. I'll give him a charge. Hey, he might patent it. You give him a charge. You give him a charge. There you go. Very good, huh? Good. That's funny, huh? I got to keep this chat right in front of me. That's funny stuff. I'm dealing with I deal with the technicals. I deal with kind of all this stuff at the same time. So sometimes I got the different monitor right in front of me, or I got the different set. I got like too many screens around here. There we go. I like that patterning, huh? I see it on the screen. It looks good. I don't know what you guys think about the Lambo. I like the red and the yellow. Looks good right now. I always try and keep you guys looking good. Yeah, I got to. It's just cool. Right now, it's a pretty cool looking setup with the VIPs. Got the golden crest in terms of the picture in front of the pictures for VIP. I like that. It's a select group. That's cool. I like it. People tune in for a little bit of time. They're busy out. I think I like Richard. Maybe he's out because the pictures are rotating a lot, and we really consolidate it. But I look at it with and maybe Richard or Ambrosio is out. Ambrosio riding his bike. I don't know what he does all day. But Richard's out. He's flying back and forth between, or him or Jason, between Korea or something else. They tune in. They only got like 10 minutes on one day. And they tune in. They see their picture. They're like, yes, that's cool. I want them to know they're appreciated like that. It inspires them, keeps them going in the market. Boy on Luna, huh? Boy on Luna. Want to know on Luna. So we got a great lesson today It's just that we talked about it last night, didn't we, too? About when it goes down, that was the whole deal last night. When it goes down, that's like extra swings at the plate. It's the truth. That's how you hit your grand slam. Boom, we got one, huh? Honestly, tied in this specific level with equities, it's kind of close. It's kind of close. Not necessarily. It wasn't like the biggest turnaround of the year. Okay, so maybe grand slam not, but that was definitely a home run. Boom. Definitely combined in with equities, and if you understand the markets and where things are at, yeah, it's pretty severe. There we go. There we go. There we go. Is the Angel powering through with another. Get the second cup of coffee ready. Get it ready because Angel powering through, showing what is in the course and scope. If you want to know on Luna who has the idea, first of all, our targets, and we reframed. All right, $4.06 to 460, whatever it was, but 406. We have that chart 406. May be another chart too with 460. Whatever you heard on stream was in the fours, 406 to 460, and still Angel with bags at 550 to 580. So I asked. There we go, and Angel with Luna saying, what is he saying, guys? He is saying, if you want to know on Luna, compra. Buy. And if you walk the walk, you better. If you talk the talk, you better walk the walk. And we're watching Polkadot to see if Polkadot can pick up. And I have to tell you, Angel, there are just some there's some projects as we watch Bitcoin breaking out. Polkadot's it is attracting some interesting projects. I just say that because there's some interesting projects that I like that are just Polkadot driven. It's in the ecosystem, and I'm real particular on projects. Granted, I have a real high threshold. For me to say that legitimately is a big deal. For me to say, because I'm difficult to please in that regard. And people who know me are like, yeah. So watch this break this line of resistance, okay, that we had up here. You guys know what's happening right now. It's not a bull flag play. We want to appreciate and say thank you again, Angel. Appreciate that. It makes a huge difference when we're able to super chat up through the night. $1,000 super chat king. $1,000 super chat king. I don't know, Angel. Number one in the world? Super chat king? I think so. I know so. That's cool. I wonder if YouTube knows anything about you, huh? I would say so. So we're seeing this line of support to resistance, right? Actually, resistance to support, let's say that. But then we're going to say continual resistance. This is a tough call for resistance, okay? Resistance turns into a support, essentially, into a resistance prior here. We'll call that prior resistance into a continual support. Then we'll call this the resistance in here, okay? Then we'll say that's into the next level of support, okay? So we're calling the resistance into support. Resistance to support. Cross trend lines, fan formation, up and out of this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the fourth line. Technically on a reversal. Check it out. On the reversal end of things, the breaking of the third line becomes the completion of the fan. Here, we're looking at it as a continuation pattern instead of as a reversal. The complication. Copy that? Copy that. Good TA, huh? You betcha. YouTube does know about you, huh? It's about that time. You coming out of your shell good, huh? Bring on the Wall Street boys. It's time, huh? If you talk the talk, you better walk the walk. Yeah, you got to bring them on, huh? Bring them on, huh? We say it all the time, huh? Bring on the Wall Street guys, huh? What do they got, huh? Where are they at? Let's do it, huh? I laugh because, everybody want to go into banking, everything else. Like, I'm groomed for it. Everybody else is. That's fine. What is it? They gripe at us that we got to stay up all night long. Right? We working in the market all night. Come on, man. Investment bankers, the hours they keep? Come on. Man, investment bankers, they don't get paid to sleep. They don't know what that is, huh? You go into iBanking, you on the street, the city that never sleeps like New York, you ain't going to be sleeping, huh? Now, they preserve that culture for investment bankers. You start getting into that with crypto, it's like, oh, what's wrong with you? Excuse me, if you're going to do it with if you used to do it with Deutsche Bank, it's like, well, that's what investment bankers have to do. It's like, man, we're in the market. It's open all 24/7. We are the most loving, kind, strong, and wherewithal group that could be. Now, Angel has a wrench. I want to tell you guys what that means. Angel has a wrench. Angel can delete or modify anybody's comments. He can do that. He can delete or add in or modify anybody's comments in the group. He can do that with his own comments. He can do anything he wants to do. He's earned that privilege. So, in terms of our trying to get attention of YouTube, we want to get the attention of YouTube right now. We're inviting that attention. It's like a planned, strategic, coordinated event where we're trying to get the attention of. He's a little freaking tired. Excuse me, hold on one second. Angel's a little tired. This is part of the psyche of the markets. It enjoys getting us at this level. So, YouTube, I want you to know, I'm actually certified, believe it or not, YouTube, in human experimentation. Can you believe that? I am certified in human experimentation. What does that have to do with the price of rice? Well, I am very aware of what things like sleep deprivation can do to people. I just am. Part of my intelligence training. Very interesting. Just studies, intelligence studies. And I'm not formally, I'm not formally affiliated with any department, agency, bureau, military division, domestic or abroad. There you go. But I will tell you, I am very familiar with the stresses of the market. And I am certified in human experimentation. Sleep deprivation. Woo! I'm telling you. I got to tell you, huh? That's some severe stuff, huh? Shoo! You got to watch it, huh? You got to be careful, huh? So as we watch this, as you watch the market, I always tell you, you got to deal with your family, you got to deal with your neighbors. But we love you too. We do. We have fun with it. You slept till 12:30. Hey, he make no apology. No need to, huh? You got to say, YouTube connected my channel one time to a curry cooking channel. I was on with them, so they know they know we have this tug of war go on. I love YouTube. They're great because we have the tug of war go on one time, and I'm trying to talk to them. They're trying to talk to me, and I'm typing and chatting back and forth. I'm like, no, I am having a legitimate problem. No, this is a real legitimate problem. And they're like, oh, sure. They look at me, they're like, oh, you have a problem. I'm like, this is a real problem. This is a legitimate problem. Just listen. And so I'm on the chat with them, and then the guy, this little guy, he type in, and he's like, oh, you have a real legitimate problem. I'm like, yes, this one's a real problem. Because they hear problems all day long. Like, just listen, it's a real problem. Then the YouTube guy, as I'm on the channel with him, as I'm on the chat, he changed the link to my channel to a curry cooking show. And I know he was cracking up when he did it. So they're a little tongue-in-cheek. They horse around with me plenty. They have a real good time in doing what they do. And we have a real strong level of humor as they have turned my channel into a curry cooking channel. I'm like, just to upset me. So in terms of that, congrats to the well-humored people at YouTube because they got a lot of it, believe it or not. and I hope they can laugh, huh? We like it's almost like we feel like a kind of fraternity, competing fraternities. I don't know why, but we're on the same team, man. I'm like, you just changed my channel to a curry cookie channel. It's just, it has a Jim Carrey aspect to it or something. So we're trying to look at this. It was funny. But yeah, I wasn't really delightfully pleased then. It was funny. It was hilarious. So we're trying to see this level pick up, this final level. We haven't been really necessarily this tight with a prior resistance to support pickup. Resistance to support. Resistance to support. This almost has the feeling of a bull flag to it right in here. And it's interesting how that got built along this final ledge of what we would hope to be, and it's interesting by its pouring down, in this nature through this, down to the 38.2. As we talk about pricing targets and huge success, bam, to the upside. Love it. Love it. We do thank YouTube. We do. And we thank Twitter and we thank everybody. It's cool. You missed brunch? You can't miss brunch. How did you miss brunch? Nobody wants to miss brunch. I mean, you have a lot of best parts of the day and the week. Brunch is one of the best parts of everything, huh? Oh, man. Oh, Angel, I don't know if you remember when you called me with your accountant that time. You remember, what's up, Freddie? You called me with your accountant and you were at a hotel brunch. I don't know what it was, but you were with your accountant. You're like, yeah. You're like, listen to London. You're just like, yeah. It's like, anyway, that's my accountant. And I'm like, I know that's your accountant. But you were at a brunch at a hotel, I'll never forget it. And I was just like, you know what, man? That is nice, huh? Because I love a good brunch, hotel brunch. Just, oh, man. Just sometimes you go to the right hotel, and you're like, man, all the brunch, all the food, everything else, great. Love it. Difficult pickup here. You see how the EMA bands, right? The EMA bands play a function with this. Up and over, collapse. Up and over, we're trying to stay up and over. We don't want that collapse. So using those EMA bands, we've popped up through them on the 5-minute. We're trying to, let's go to the 30-minute. We're trying to remain on top of them. This entire journey here has been one of going green. Bam. On that 30-minute. Green has kept you in a good trade, huh? Now, it's just, we're going to recapture the wedge. Freddie's pushing. To say Freddie ain't pushing, you know that. You were sleeping, I know. It's so great, huh? That's so great, huh? You're taking care of yourself. That's important. Because we stay up with the market. And it's funny when you really, really attack, not attack, I mean when you really stay on top of the market. Yeah, there you are, Freddie. We were wondering where you were. Angel's saying he wondered where you were too. When you really stay on top of the market, you just understand what goes on in the day with the market a whole lot better, don't you? I'm telling you, people don't understand that. When you are on it like this, and one of the deals is a lot of people during the daytime, they won't spend, but, maybe they'll spend like 2 hours or maybe 30 minutes or maybe in between lunch and in between dinner and in between this and that. Well, they're going to catch the market here, catch the market there. They're going to catch a little bit of market there. But no, because we also spend a lot of time with the market in these early hours. And that pays dividends because every angle, everything will wind up pouring through all the different coins. What's that? Hey. Phantom moving well. Phantom, LRC, Loopring, Floki, Ample. I was like, who got that 80%, 70% discount the other day and went up 200% on, I don't know who did. On, it may have been scripted, I don't know. But Poloniex just boom. I don't even know. Poloniex had an SEC. They're not allowed, but they have a Poloniex USA. I don't know. Steve-O, VIP, is going to look at that for us. I'd appreciate that. So, we must always be market-minded, says Freddie. I like that. Man, that'd be a nice formation. See, when I spread this out a little bit here, this flag formation, if I can just get this to be a little bit. You guys are a great group, huh? And you know what? We realize this when we're spending time like this. This is like the best group, man. You ain't gonna beat this group. Freddie, I want to show the video that you sent me a while back about how you won and what you won. At some point, I want to show that. You're gonna have to send it to me again via via DM, because I want to show that video. Everybody needs to see that video. We got to show them what you won. Man, that's a cool video. Shoot me that video in DM if you want me to show it. I want Angel to see it. Yeah, Freddie's like, yeah, and Angel's like, all right, this video, it's gonna be cool. Wait till you see it, Angel. You'll be like, whoa, Freddie. You'll be like, you champ. It's gonna be cool. You'll like it. Big timer. See, you won't understand what's going on here if you don't look at a fan. I mean, if you have no clue what I mean. Otherwise, it's like this sideways, frustrated expression of price with no direction, and you just feel like it's literally nothing left to do but just absolutely collapse. You know, so the technicals give you context. Absolutely, huh? Let's see what we got. So it's picking up after a little bit of a frustrated cave, and it's right on that line. Probably different time frame is going to put it in the right. There we go. Now we're in the right zone. Probably on these, you want to flip to the candles to some extent. You can do on the line of the candle, the 1 minute versus the 5 minute. That's going to be the difference. This is the 1 minute. On the candle wick is going to give you the 1 minute. Hey, Freddie going to send it now. You guys, you're going to love this video. Angel, you're going to like this. What's up, Phantom? How you doing, Phantom? I know some guys that like Phantom quite a bit. They are chatting right now. Congrats to anybody who picked up on Phantom on that pour down. Loop ring. Oh, loop ring is low. Huh? that's who's the boss on that? Richard. Richard liked it at the 65th. He did. He liked his 65th, and what happened? Well, didn't like the 65th back, huh? That's all right. What it hit? Probably the 86, huh? It's up 4% finally. Let's see what it got on this. Boom, 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 boom. Even pushed on the 786. Youch. Let's see what we got. Hold on. Let me get into this. I want this to hit it. It's just gonna frustrate. Probably someone playing with some controls on it for all we know. Let's see. Yeah, that's beyond that 786. If we go up into this, interesting dynamics up into here. That's a nice flat line across. So loop ring playing a tough, little bit tough on this. Sorry. That's all right. Let's see. Floki is down in the dirt. We like it there. Like deep discount like that. Boom. If you can give anything a 70%, a 75% order below, and stick your order on Floki at 75% below the price, and have it carry you back up. Hello. We were talking about this before it happened. Somebody did it. Have it carry you back up 200%. Hello. We said add another zero. You almost did. Someone got a 75% discount on Floki. I mean, come on. Hadn't done that the whole guys. Nice move. Nice move. VIP, whoever did. Market decided to go pick you up. Boom. Wham. It ain't going to zero. It's going close to zero. Just park that cash down there, huh? Make him come pick you up. You wake up, boom, you just double your money. What's up? That's VIP. That's VIP. Let him come get you. Park that 75% below and push 200%. It's just the market. What are you willing to pay for it? I told Angel earlier today, there are ladies, soccer moms in the carpool lines at the elementary schools that are talking about pricing targets on Bitcoin. Don't you see it? I mean, I just do. I know it. Soccer moms in the carpool lines of elementary schools, private schools, I bet, and public maybe, talking about pricing targets on Bitcoin. They got to go pick up little Johnny. They talk about what is a pricing target? That's what you're willing to pay for Bitcoin. Oh, okay. I see this. I know this goes on. So, if the soccer mom in the carpool lane of the elementary school picking up Johnny is talking about a pricing target, I mean, VIP better be hitting their pricing targets. I know that you are, but, it's that prolifically understood. Some of those soccer moms may be listening. If you are, hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. We appreciate having you as a subscriber. All of you subscribers, we appreciate that. Oh. Okay, Angel has got to go. Well, Angel, maybe you're reminding us, too, that you need us all. He says, hey, London and all VIPs, but I got to go. Business is waiting, and I need some loving from your queen. My man, huh? I love you. And rest up. Okay, Angel is exhausted. He is. Well, Angel, on the fan routine, you did a great job in terms of picking up recently. So glad to see that. Rest up for all of us, please. Absolutely. And I'm going to save ready your video, and we just want to thank Angel again for a great stream. And we can continue for a bit, but if he needs to shut it down, we can definitely do that as well. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning his time. He got business to go. He got different things going on. So that's a great. Yeah, we normally stay up for you, Angel, if you're around. Like I normally do that for you just to make sure we cover everything. What I'll say, since he's about to get off on this, etc., in terms of the play out here, I want you all to focus on this zone here. Okay? I want you all to focus here before he get off. Because we've been doing like 1, 2, 3. We've been doing targets, etc. Let's go through this. Focus on this zone here. This is really your zone of operation now. Okay? We can do that through there. Everything in here, for me right now, is fair game. I'd like to prevent going back down to this level. Orders are going to be waiting here. But just focus on this. And I'd really like to see this happen. This would be ideal. Right? This would be really great. Something like this in this zone would be ideal. I'm just going to mark this out like this. Now you understand we have this below here, which is all going to be designated as a value zone. Okay, everything below value zone. So green is mean. We like it. Everything below, this is going to feel heavy if we do this. This is going to feel light and it's going to feel good. But in between these two, just understand, we need to be able to operate in both. Absolutely. Orders set below, we're always what? We're always buying, we're always selling. This would be beautiful, but we're always buying, we're always selling. So maybe look at that in terms of your approach to the market. And this is our goal here, to get up in here. And yeah, I think I like the way this is laid out right now, just in terms of kind of like this arrowhead function. And guys, just take care of yourself. I'm gonna let you guys go because Angel's kind of calling it too, in terms of just needing to eat well, sleep well, and take care of your other business. It's on the map. You guys DM me or call me if you have any questions. This is London with Crypto Kingdom. Great stream. We'll talk to you soon. And guys, we nailed this target. Let's see if we can get the return to function as well here within the next couple of days. Will be nice. Even more immediately would be beautiful. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks so much for being a part of the stream. This is The Kingdom, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. This is London.